The_Dr_Alex just subscribed for 32 months.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another tomato sauce stream. Today we are going to be talking about the, I guess it's news, it's kind of news. We did get the World Championship qualifier, or like Road to Worlds campaign cards revealed, which is pretty cool. I do want to talk a little bit about those because I don't think anyone... I've spoken to a lot of people about this. We've spoken about this on stream, we've spoken about this in the Discord. I don't think anyone put forward the idea that we were going to get Dark Magician. because obviously we already have Dark Magicians, it's just an alt art, so it's like not getting a new card is a bit sad in that regard, but regardless, that's going to be pretty interesting. It does kind of beg the question, does that mean we're getting a Dark Magician structure? Does that mean we're not getting the Dark Galaxy structure, which I think a lot of people had kind of predicted, but I guess, I mean, we'll wait and see, I suppose. But beyond that, I do also want to take a look at what we got last year and kind of compare it to this year, also look at the timeline, because around this time last year is when they started dropping, like, this is what's going to be, you know, this is the product. Here is, like, the face card of the box. This is the structure that you're going to be getting. But I don't think we have, like, a stream scheduled for that, which is how it was released last year, so I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. But beyond that, we will also be playing some character duels. Now, Rush is in, obviously, a bit of a weird spot. We have new product coming out just around the corner, so I don't really want to play, like, old Rush decks on the ladder when we could wait and play the new stuff, right? Speed is also in a weird spot right now because the meta is wonky. It's awkward. But more importantly, I want to play the new dinosaur stuff, and I haven't got the dinosaur cards yet. I've been trying to get gems on that account where I can, but for the most part, I've been primarily focusing on my Rush account because obviously we've got the big Rush box coming out next month. So we're going to have to be, next week. So we're going to be having to grind more gems on that, so I'm not really going to have much time to focus on speed. So, character duels, I don't have to get any new cards, and gets me more gems for Rush, right? So, like, that's the logic we're going with. And I haven't really delved too deep into character duels yet, so I do want to try out some of the decks. I do want to see what they're like. I want to try out the Utopia deck. People tell me it's the best one, but I've never played any form of Utopia, so we'll see what happens with that. But, before we get into that, let's say hello to the chat. We have Darth Victor with the first. Hello, hello, Victor. We have Hit. Hello, Tomato chat. Hello, hello, Hit. Welcome, welcome on in. Hit has actually been doing really, really well in tournaments lately. So, you know, massive shout out to him. It's just confirmed that DM structure deck coming next week. I mean, it doesn't, like, confirm it, right? I think it makes it a lot more likely. Unless they decided to give us unrelated gift cards. Well, there you go. Dark Galaxy would have made more sense with the data mines. With them since it's Go Rush year. Yes. Again, they can break precedent whenever they want. They've done it before, right? So it's not too surprising. And Dr. Alex subscribed for 32 months. Hello, hello, Alex. Welcome, welcome on in. Always a pleasure. And thank you for the continued support. I'm gonna order food. I went to my starts because I've not had lunch yet. Also, hi, Tomato. You've probably not read this. How you doing? I mean, I'm doing pretty good. It's getting warm again. And I've been very self-conscious about trying to not get dehydrated. And because of that, I've been trying to, like... You probably noticed I haven't been doing, like, the standing streams as much. And I've been going to the bathroom a lot during stream. And that's because I've been drinking a metric crap ton of water. And the warmer it gets, the worse it gets for, like, being worried about that sort of thing. I'm the kind of person... I don't like being warm. I don't like being sweaty. I don't like being hot. I would always prefer winter and rain and snow to sunny and hot, right? I'm not much of a beach goer. I'm more of a, like, you know, nature hike in the wind kind of person, right? That's just who I am. And living in England does sort of facilitate that quite a lot because the weather here is usually awful. But as soon as it gets above, like, I don't know, 25 degrees, everyone's like, oh god, I'm dying. But yeah, there is that. Yeah, Dark Magician made 0 sense. Hello, Gunkin Suship Shari. Rush main box next week. I would be shocked if we got a main box. I would be actually just completely and utterly shocked. I'm not expecting that whatsoever. It's confirmed Tomato because I looked into it every year since release of Dorlix has always been a related card. That, again, Victor, you're using the word confirmed wrong. That is not what confirmed means. What you've done is, you have found a pattern and you are inferring based on a pattern, right? There is a precedent that's been set, and you are following that precedent and have come to a conclusion. Now, is there likely to be a DM structure deck? I would say yes. I think it is the most likely, but it is not confirmed. That is not what that word means. First card ever given was Red Eyes Fusion. I couldn't find the hero one. I see. But what we're going to do first, I suppose, is hop straight on in and take a look at the news. So, here we go. Advance Notice, Road to Worlds campaign. WCS 2026 qualifiers will begin on June 1st. So, I mean, that's good to know, I suppose. A special campaign is underway in celebration of the tournament. Konami has shared a glimpse of the first details about the campaign, which should be fleshed out more as the week progresses. I guess it's a bit bigger, so people on the phone probably see this a little bit easier. So by logging in, players can receive free Overrush copies of the Legend Monster, Dark Magician, and Dark Magician Girl, as well as the following items: a UR Dream Ticket, an SR Dream Ticket. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to want to use these on, or how far they're going to go. Like, is this going to include, like, the latest deck build box? Like, maybe? We so close from box. Hello, a human. Welcome on in. I found the article where it stated that we had WC qualifiers thingy, but I couldn't find the card. I see. Also, hi. What got censored there? I'm now genuinely interested. What got censored? Something got censored there, but I could not tell you what it was. Hello, Baj. Welcome. It was before DLM, so couldn't even look there. Structure deck is confirmed to be Beast Gear, my dad told me. There you go. I mean, I trust that, right? I trust that Gunkan Suship Shari's, you know, what would we say, Dad? Dad works for Konami, specifically works on Duel Links, and knows this insider information. I have a guess, but it'd be weird to me. Dr. Alex censored. So it's DRAL, right? So what is that? Is that like... Is that in a different language, like a swear or a curse word or something? I'm curious now. It's, wait, no. I've Googled it, and it's telling me that it is a Slavic surname that means to drag or to pull. So I don't know if it's something naughty. I don't know what it is. Okay, we're just gonna pretend that it's fine. Hello again, Baj. Welcome. It might be, but I have no idea. We'll get a special processing item, which is going to be like a fancy animation. Probably it's probably going to be the, what is it? It's just called animated, right? Where they just like move around the screen. It's probably going to be something like that. Woe Tomato dropping the D word on stream. I know, it's crazy. And then 500 gems. I mean, everyone loves 500 gems, right? Who doesn't love 500 gems? So these are most likely the artworks we're going to get. This makes the most sense. And this looks, I mean, pretty damn cool, right? This looks... I'm a bit of a purist. I like the original art. I think this just looks clean. This is a bit busy for me, but, like, I don't dislike it. On the other hand, I think this looks way better than either of these arts. Like, out of these two, I prefer the original. I think this looks cleaner than this one. But I do prefer this, the full art over Ushra. I think this looks a lot better. Sorry, Alex, I wanted to check because I was just confused. But yeah, overall, it is interesting that we're getting these cards. We'll come back to this. I guess we'll quickly cover the speed stuff. So by logging in, players will receive a prismatic version of Crimson Dragon, which can use the animated processing item as well. We also get a character unlock ticket and a skill ticket, which is kind of neat. So Crimson Dragon. This is a level 12 light dragon. If this card is special summoned, you can add a spell trap that mentions Crimson Dragon from your deck to your hand. Quick effect, you can target one level 7 or higher synchro monster on the field, except Crimson Dragon. Return this card to the extra deck. If you do, special summon one dragon synchro monster with the same level from your extra deck. Okay. So we swap out a synchro monster into a different synchro monster that's the same level but is a dragon. Okay. I mean, what are the spell cards that mention this? I am genuinely curious. Let's have a look. So we have these. So Synchro Overtop. So target any number of level 7 or 8 dragon synchro monsters in your graveyard. I assume this is, yeah, based on the art. It's the sign of dragons, right? Special summon them in defense, but their levels become 1 and their effects are negated. Also, you cannot special summon monsters in the extra deck for the rest of the turn except synchros. When a synchro monster you control is destroyed your battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon a Crimson Dragon from your extra deck. Synchro Rumble. Target one tuner or one level 7 or 8 Dragon Synchro in your graveyard, special summon in defense for the rest of this turn. After this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except Synchro monsters. If a level 7 or 8 Dragon Synchro monster or Crimson Dragon you control be destroyed a battle card effect, you can banish card from your graveyard instead. And Synchro World, each time a monster is Synchro summoned, place 2 signal counters on this card. When this card is owner's control destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one Crimson Dragon from your extra deck. Has to be an opponent's card effect. You can remove 4, 7, or 10 signal counters from your field. Apply the appropriate effect. Increase or decrease the level of one monster you control by 1. Special summon a tuner from your graveyard. Special summon any synchro monster from your graveyard. Okay. My gut feeling, based on reading all of these cards, is there will probably be some sort of skill that just, like, vomits all 5 Signer Dragons into your graveyard. Like, that's my prediction. Whether or not that's going to be remotely true or not, we'll have to wait and see, but that's what my gut is telling me. Isn't the Overrush DMG really expensive? I have no idea. I have no idea about the monetary value of any of these cards. TOW. Master Source, let's go. Hello, Duel Links Alpha. What's TOW? TOW. I know that... I should know that, but I don't. I just summoned the Dragoonimon, the extra deck yoinks. I mean, that's one way to go. That is definitely one way to go. I hope we get some pointless censorship on the DMG art. But where? Where would they possibly censor this card? Like here? Like on the thigh? We'll get some thigh censorship, but this wasn't censored, so why would they censor this? Weird. It adds traps. Does it add traps as well? It does. Spell traps. Okay. So it can add Scrap Iron Sacred Statue. Target one of your level 7 or 8 Dragon Synchro monsters that is banished or in your graveyard, special summon it, but return it to the extra deck during the end phase. Also, after that, set this card face down instead of sitting to the graveyard. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon Crimson Dragon from your extra deck. Again, it's opponent's card effect. Is there any cards that you would play in this deck that would make your... Like, I'm reminded of Dark World Dealings. Is it Dark World Dealings? A deal with Dark World? Where the trap card, where you pay 1,000 and then you make an opponent's spell card's effect become you discard a card. So is there something like that where you can make your opponent's effect become pop one of your cards? Because if you can, that could be interesting. But again, that's probably way too convoluted. Chances are you're going to get a yellow button that just sorts everything out anyway, so I don't think we have to worry too much about this. Synchro Overtop should make you remember stuff because it basically the spell that you see used against C1. Now I said it wrong. It's barely... The thing is, I haven't watched 5Ds, like the whole thing since it aired. And that would have been, what, 15 years ago or something silly at this point? Like, I can't even remember how long ago that was. Basically, Signer Dragon the anime. No traps. Hello, Geo. Welcome. Rumble is the one that is used most frequently. I see. I have not seen Crimson Dragon played whatsoever. I have no idea if this card was meta relevant. I have no idea if this card was... Like, this could have been like a top tier 0 meta threat for all I know. I have no idea. I've never seen this card played, so I have no idea. Summon Crimson Dragon for free. Add all cards that mention it to your hand for free. More importantly, your monsters can't be tributed. Oh... That would be, I think, the biggest slap in the face of all time. If they started making all skills now just say your cards can't be tributed instead of addressing the issue. So now it just power creeps all of the old skills by being like, oh, well, if you're playing a skill that doesn't protect your monsters from being tributed, I guess just get fucked. That would be so sad. I would hate that so much. Summon Crimson Dragon. Yeah, we reread that. E-skill. Thank you for following, Javi. Welcome on in. Hopefully they give Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. Ooh. Isn't that... Which I have to look that one up quick. Because I know them all, but they all have, like, weird names. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. I can spell Archfiend. So this is this one. So 2 tuners, 1 or more non-tuner Dark Dragon Synchro monster. When this card is synchro summoned, you can activate this effect. For the rest of this turn, your opponent can't activate cards or effects on the field. That's already pretty gross. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. If this card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. If this card is owned possession destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one level 8 or lower dragon, synchro monster in your graveyard, and special summon it. I mean, I think it would make sense to bring this card out, right? This might be a bit weird. Based on leaks and all of, like, the clues we've been given, or the kind of the context clues, we're getting sort of a 5Ds thing, right? For this year's Worlds, for Speed, right? That's not... like, the speculation almost at this point, right? Where there is so much evidence towards it. This is, I guess, no matter what, it is speculation, but it seems so likely. And because of that, it does make sense we would get, effectively, like, Jack's last boss monster we don't have, right? That does make sense to me. No. What does it do? It is Mr. Tomato. Hello, Whistling Bird. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I want to ask you, Whistling Bird, are you... Oh, there's the ad break. So we'll hold that thought. Hold that thought. We'll get back to that after the ads. Three, two, one... And the ads should be gone now. So welcome back from the ad breaks. Welcome, welcome. But, Whistling Bird, I want to ask you. I don't know, because you were the data analyst for Rushdall Coliseum. I don't know if you're involved at all with Rushdall Dynasty or not. I just wanted to ask you if you were or not. We're not getting a banned card. We absolutely could get a banned card. I mean, we get banned cards all the time in Duel Links. Don't worry about that. 20. Hello, Dark Blue Man. Welcome, welcome. Should we be worried Tomato knows how long ago Yusei versus Zone was? King Calamity is banned IRL. I highly doubt we're getting him. You gotta remember, cards that are banned in one format aren't necessarily going to be automatically banned in all other formats, right? It depends on the environment. It depends on whether or not they don't mind something being busted as hell for like a couple of months. So like, it absolutely could. It absolutely could. Hoping for floodgates? Yikes. It's one of those... So it is a floodgate, right? But it's like... If you let that hit the board, you've already sort of messed up, right? Because it's a going second floodgate. It's not like a going first floodgate, right? So you've already got to get everything established and then go into it. So like, it's... Yeah, I don't think it's quite the same thing. Konami is trying to stop FTKs. This would be a slap in the face. It also might actually stop FTKs though, right? Yeah. Hello, Corey. Welcome, welcome. Quickly watch the start of the stream in ×2 speed to see what I missed. I mean, you know what we're like. We just yap. We just yap. Tomato, just a reminder, we're getting Crimson Dragon same week as the 5Ds event. I mean, yeah, that just makes sense, right? So that's why we're getting it. Objectively, the only thing worth hoping for with 5Ds is Akiza in the red biker suit ult style. I doubt we're getting that. I'm all for ult styles. I want as many ult styles for as many different characters as possible. I don't think we're going to get Akiza as one of the first ones. Calamity is not okay with the current Jack skill. He gets a free Red Dragon Archfiend. He can get Calamity with 0 cards. The thing to remember is, every May, we always get some sort of product that is absolutely crazy. And it's a product that makes you go, damn, they actually went there, right? What more, damn, they actually went there, that also fits in with the theme that this is going to be a 5D sort of worlds than King Calamity, right? I'm not necessarily saying they are going to do it. What I am saying is, based on all of the evidence we have, I don't think it's out of the question that we get it. I do not think it's out of the question. Crimson Dragon reads as a quick effect. I mean, we can have a look at it again if you want. There you go, there it is. So when this card is synchro summoned, you can activate this effect. For the rest of this turn, your opponents cannot activate cards effect. But this is just when this card is synchro summoned. So it's on the synchro summon. Not if this card was synchro summoned. It's when this card is synchro summoned, right? So it's not a quick effect. Plus, with problem-solving card decks, this would just say quick effect. So this is just, you summon it on your turn, like going second, and then you try and turn all your opponent's shit off to kill them. At least that's how I understand it. Yeah, kind of, not really at the mo. I think it's mainly Ari, but maybe I can help. Ah, I see. The main reason I brought it up, I'll quickly jump over here quick. So we have the stat breakdown for the first week of the league. And this really stood out to me because it was like Chaos Galaxy, right? But I went back and watched the VOD, and as far as I could tell, it was not Chaos Galaxy. It was just Dark Galaxy. There was no, like, chaos involved. There was no light in the deck, as far as I could tell. And if there was light, there was so little of it, I don't think you could even call it Chaos Galaxy. So, like, I was just like, yeah, this is just lying to me. This is just lying. But, you know, it's such a minor thing, but I was just like, Whistling Bird wouldn't let that slip through. I know Whistling Bird wouldn't. Looks balanced, release it. Crimson Dragon makes it every turn Floodgate. That's fine. That's fine, don't worry about that. Crimson Dragon's the problem then, not the boy. Leave King Calamity alone. King Calamity did nothing wrong. Cards of one of. We can get 3 of him. Crimson summons it on their turn. Yeah, but again, we should ban Crimson Dragon then. I think you guys are right. You guys have brought me round on the banning Crimson Dragon train. I'm all on this train. That's why I was like, no. Matarian Sweep. But yeah, this is interesting to me. So we'll go back to the rush stuff before we get back onto the speed stuff. So really, I feel like this was telegraphed in a lot of ways, because this is like the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2026, like, I don't know, poster, like their primary advertising thing, and this is what they've been using. And really, they couldn't have made it any more obvious, really, could they? I mean, guys, now I feel silly for not thinking that we could have gotten Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, to be honest. But, you know, here we are. But, we did know that we were going to get the Dark Magician Girl stuff at some point, because we did get this skill, right? So we are going to go over this once again. That Dark Magician Girl, booby. You want to go back? You want to go back and have a look again? Just for you, Alpha. Just for you. Just for you. Release Crimson Dragon pre-banned. Genius event. Imagine if they had the balls to do that. Imagine. They're like, here's this new card. By the way, you can't play with it. But you can look at it. It's real shiny. But, what's the lady doing on the right? She's offering a card to Dark Magician. Or is she summoning Dark Magician? She might be. I think these might be the duelists that are summoning them. They're like dueling. She is on a cloud. She is also on a cloud. There's also a train. 0 people playing the game for months. Don't worry about that. But let's quickly go over the skill one more time, because there was some debate about this in the Discord server. I did want to cover this. So, can be activated from turn 2 onward by revealing a level 5 or higher monster in your hand if all of the monsters in your constructed deck are spellcaster types, and the only level 5 or higher monsters in your deck are Dark, Executor, Warlock, Dark Magician, and Dark Magician Girl. Activate the top 3 cards of your deck. You can add 1 spell card to your hand, send the other cards to the graveyard, then you can send 1 Dark Magician from your deck to the graveyard. Now, sending Dark Magician to the graveyard is very, very important, because there are lots of ways to get it back. We have Secret Order, we have Monster Calling, we have lots of ways to get it back. If we get some of the other cards, like the Dark Magic Jewel, we can bring it back. If we get the skilled, not skilled Dark Magician, the old man Dark Magician card, I forget what it's called, we can bring it back. But the other card we're getting is Dark Executor Warlock. So send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. This turn, this card's name becomes Dark Magician. Then you can shuffle 10 spell cards from your graveyard into the deck. If you do, destroy a face-up level 8 or lower monster. So, obviously, 10 spells in the graveyard is pretty rough. Even with the skill, you could send, like, maybe 3 spells to the graveyard each turn if your deck's full of them, right? But either way, that's not easy to pull off. And then you can only destroy level 8 or lower. Level 8 or lower is... We'd rather hit level 9 or lower is all I'm saying, right? Level 8 or lower is a little bit restrictive. Depending on the meta, it can be fine. But, like, at the very least, this could be, like, an anti-Dark Meteor deck, I guess? Like, could be. Is this like the Dark Eradicator Rush counterpart? Kind of, I guess. I mean, obviously it does like a completely different thing, but it's sort of the same gist of card, right? Where it's like a Dark Magician retrain sort of thing. What team you on? DM structure, Light Galaxy structure, or Dark Galaxy structure? Based on the evidence we have, it seems most likely that we're going to get a Dark Magician structure. I would say in my list of probability, first up is Dark Magician, then is Dark Galaxy, then is Light Galaxy. I don't think, realistically, Light Galaxy seems very unlikely right now. But how could we get this effect online a bit more, right? So there's some more spell cards that they could drop. They could drop Spell Extraction, which is send one other card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard to draw one card. Then you can reveal one Dark Attribute Spellcaster with 2,000 or 2,500 attack in your hand, and if you do, draw a card. So this is just effectively give up 2 cards, draw 2 cards. So it's good filtering, and it will put 2 spells in the graveyard. Spell Extraction puts itself there, and you send another spell to the graveyard. That's great, right? So that works. And the other card we could get is Spellbook Rejection, which is if you have 10 or more cards in your deck, excavate the top 4 cards of your deck, send all excavated Dark Attribute Spellcast set monsters and spell cards to the graveyard, shuffle the remaining cards into the deck. If you sent 4 cards to the graveyard, you could draw a card. So you just would play as few traps as possible, maybe even just 0, and then play this. This immediately would dump probably somewhere between 2 and 5 spells into the graveyard. So, like, there are ways to get spells into the bin, right? How does the effect of popping work against the rush meta right now? So the rush meta is in a bit of a weird spot. If we jump over here, we can take a quick look. So against Red Eyes, it's very good because that is basically a level 8 deck. Gradius is also really good because that's a level 4 deck. High Tech, it's okay, but their primary bosses are level 9. But most of the time, if they summon that 9, they're going to try and kill you. So it's probably fine against High Tech. Royal Rebels is a level 8 deck. Chemicalized is, for the most part, a level 9 deck. So it's not going to be super great there. It's going to be really good into E-Heroes. It'll be really good into Aqua. It'll be really good into Baseball. Music Princess will be a little bit awkward, and then there's more Gradius. And D-Link Gradius is just the level 8 Gradius deck, so it's actually not bad into this current meta. It's actually not bad. Hello, Milanesso. Welcome on in, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. I think they were on Eve, Lilac, Boat, and Oblivion, so at least a fifth of the main deck was Light Galaxy, so Chaos makes sense. When I watched the VOD, I saw them not summon any Light Galaxy cards at all. But I could have been mistaken. I didn't watch, like, the entire thing. I skimmed through, and they were just basically... They were playing Zuijo, which, for a start, is the wrong character to play if you wanted to play Chaos Galaxy. And all they were doing was going through, going to... Christ, what's the play even? What's the other boat called? Protostar? It's like Protostar into Theogonia into Chrysaor. And I was like... This is just Dark Galaxy. Rush decks are 30 capped, right? Yes, they absolutely are. I gotta go. Have a good one tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by, Victor. 30 to 40 cards. Oh, I know. I'm a dumbass. Rush decks are minimum 30 cards. Minimum 30 cards. So DM would be more of a 40 card build then? I don't think so. In general, 40 card builds aren't really a thing in Rush, so that would be setting a precedent. I personally don't think that's likely to happen, but who knows, really. But I've seen a lot of people being like, okay, but what does Dark Magician do, right? Because effectively, you can get out Warlock, and Warlock is pretty good, right? It's not the best card in the world, but if you are able to pop cards out the way, that can be really useful. What do you do if your opponent goes defensive, or if your opponent summons out giant guys? Because the main issue we have at the moment is 1,000 Knives is still limit 1. If it remains limit 1, then that means you wouldn't be able to play Compulse or Pot of Greed if you wanted to play 1,000 Knives. So you just wouldn't play 1,000 Knives for the most part. If it gets unlimited, this deck has a lot of potential to like pop a load of stuff out the way and get a lot of aggro in. But without that, kind of yikes. Now, there are some cards they could release that would sort this out. For example, Eye of Timaeus would be fantastic. It's a legend. During the turn, you have not activated the Eye of Timaeus. Declare either Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. Fusion summon a monster that lists that name as material by sending only one face-up monster with a declared name from your field to the graveyard as material. Okay, so that means we're going into the fusion monsters. Okay, Dark Paladin, really good. Have to make it using Dark Magician and Buster Blader, so you'd have to have something that changes their names. But this card gains attack using the number of face-up dragon monsters on the field and in both players' graveyards. If you have cards in your hand, this card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's spell effects, and your opponent cannot activate legend spells. Now, there's a reason we can't get this, and we're not going to get this either. But these are ways that you could make the Dark Magician deck good, right? So first off, obviously this is a completely different effect because we don't have monster effects at spell speed. We don't have like quick effects effectively in Rush Duel, so it had to be changed. Another really good card, Dark Cavalry. So Spellcaster, mage using Dark Magician and a warrior monster with 2100 defense. That's primarily going to be Gaia. Continuous effect, this card gains attack equal to a certain number of spell and traps in both players' graveyards. I mean, that'd be really good. We want to fill our graveyard with spell cards. Inflicts piercing damage. Okay, perfect. This deals with big things. This lets us deal with defensive. We're great. If you have cards in your hand, other monsters you field cannot be destroyed by card effects. It has built-in protection. Fantastic. And the last one, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Mage using Dark Magician and a Dragon monster. This card's name becomes Dark Magician while in the graveyard, which is also very important. Continuous effect, this card's name becomes Dark Magician, and spell and traps on your field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So if you get this out next to this, you get like a lot of protection. Now, we can't get any of that because this skill says all of the monsters in your constructed deck are spellcasters, which means we can't have a Buster Blader, we can't have a Gaia, and we can't have dragons to fuse. So it's potentially there is like stuff you can do with the Dark Magician stuff. These Dark Magician cards are really strong, but we can't have them because of this skill. Can they emergency unlimit it? I mean, they absolutely could. They can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. Red Eyes Dragoon Rush. A Dark Cavalry would be too strong. I don't know about that. So, if we go back to last year, I should have it open somewhere. If we jump over here, so we don't have this here right now, but this is enough, right? When this box got announced, and we got all these cards, everyone was like, it's crazy, we're getting Go Rush Fusion so early. And when this set came out, these decks were the only thing worth playing, right? We had a World Championship qualifier where every single old deck got power crept out of existence, right? So we had Eternal Galactica. This was a card that did so much damage compared to everything else we had in the game so far. We got Back Row Hate on legs, which was, again, fantastic. We got Fuse Eve. This card gave us, like, a lot of toolboxing options. Extraplora gave us just, like, that extra +2, which was really, really good. We got Dark Hole Device, which was, again, we sort of already had a pseudo Dark Hole Device in Dragonic Pressure, right? We've kind of had that since the start. But my point is, this product came out, and it basically bumped the power level so high compared to everything else that no one bothered playing any of the old decks after this came out. So, if they were, again, we already know they're not going to, but if they were to release something like this, that would just be another bump to the power level of the format, which would be fine. Because the other thing is, if they were to release something like this, they could just release this as one copy. They don't have to give us, like, playsets of it, right? So they can do whatever they want. But hello, Pokemaster Ian. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Ursus as well. Hello, hello. Did the eye bypass the fusion material? We look at the itemize. So it's during turn you have not activated it. Declare either Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, and fusion summon a monster that lists that name as material by sending only one face-up monster with the declared name on your field to the graveyard. Yes. So you skip the other material. You have to send, though, Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your field to the graveyard. No shady error, only writing. Exactly. A Trinity meta for sure back then. Well, yeah, and then we'll just pretend that Dragonic never happened, because I really like the Dragonic cards, but unfortunately they were a little bit of a flop compared to everything else, which is a bit of a shame because these cards are really cool. But yeah, they just did not hold a candle to the rest of this. So I think what people are expecting is something similar that happened this year, where we get the new box announced and it is absolutely crazy. The issue is, because we have cards like Shady, because we have cards like Star Protector's Protection, it means It's a lot harder, I think, to just power creep outside of having a lot of cards that give a ton of advantage. So we've already started seeing this because we now have the Red Eyes Meteor Dragon deck, right? The Red Eyes cards, compared to everything that's come before, give you so much advantage, right? You're able to go like, oh, I'll summon out Drake. Drake effect. Look at the top 4. Take a card to my hand. Okay, it's a +1. Then I'm going to like Tribute of a Drake for Drake. Activate the effect. Look at the top 4 cards of my deck. Add a card to my hand. Okay, it's a +2. I'll summon out Meteor Dragon Chick. Add back Drake. That's a +1. Then I'm going to tribute the Chick. Summon out my Drake. Activate Drake. Maybe we get another. It's always gambling, right? Well, for the most part, it's gambling. But you can just keep plussing and plussing and plussing and plussing. The skill gives you a +1. If you go into Swarm, that sort of gives you a +1. And then that +1 can then go into another +1. Like, there's so much plussing going on there compared to, like, every other deck that's currently in Duel Links. So the way that I see power creep going now is we get more of those sort of plussing effects. And that's how we're going to power creep, by being like, well, I'm now going to have access to a lot more cards during my turn, and I'm going to have access to drawing a lot more of my like text to deal with what my opponent's doing. Because we could give ourselves a bunch of these really powerful cards. For example, we have got the Dark Galaxy Skill Linked, which is very heavily hinting that we're going to be getting the Dark Galaxy Contact Fusions, at least like 1 or 2 of them. Those cards, individually, extraordinarily strong. But because Shiny Shady exists, already there is a little bit of a, well, are you ever going to actually get to resolve it? Because you might. It might just mean that everyone now is kind of feeling like they have to play Shady, which a lot of people are already doing, right? I imagine they'd release those EX monsters and could only play it via a skill with the eye. I mean, they could do. The issue is, we have this as a skill now. So this is what we're getting. Obviously, this could be changed, right? This is not finalized. They could tweak this however they want. But for right now, this is the skill we're getting. And right now, it doesn't work with this skill, right? A Trunade bundle is the true power creep. I don't think I could adequately put into words how much I hate Trunade. Because, like, it's a get-out-of-jail-free card in so many ways. And I just hate it so much. Do you think we need more powerful traps, or amount we have right now is okay? Right, so the tricky part is, it's knowing how many traps feel comfortable in your deck. So, traditionally, a trap-heavy OCG list, so if you're playing a 40-card deck, a trap-heavy list would be like 8 to 9 traps. That's quite heavy. 8 to 9 traps in Duel Links is like all of your spell traps, right? So you're not going to have like anything else. I would say in Duel Links, 5 feels like it's quite heavy. And we already have like Legend, 3 Shady is already fantastic. And then like the 1 Star Pro. Or again, we were seeing people playing like Legend plus Slime. Some people were playing Phantom Thief and then like 2 Shady. Like there's lots of different variations you can have on that. But right now, I think 5 traps feels good if you're playing a trap heavier build. The downside is the more traps that you're playing, the less gas you have. So for example, Red Eyes, and I guess to an extent High Tech, tend to play less trap cards. They play like more like 3, because they want so much gas. They just want to draw into absolutely everything they can and OTK their opponent all at once, right? Sunset Rebirth, and I think we'll be fine. Sunset Rebirth is really, really cool. The weird thing with Sunset Rebirth is it very much is counterproductive to a lot of the cards that we expect that we're getting. So, for example, Warlock. This pops cards. So already, Sunset Rebirth is going to be a bit awkward against it. If we go... Let's look up some cards. We're expecting to get Forbidden Requiem. Forbidden Requiem destroys cards. So, putting a card in the game at the same time you release a bunch of cards that all pop feels like sort of counterproductive. Like, what I would expect would be more likely would be you release these cards, try and let them be kind of really good for a bit, and then once people are kind of sick of them, and they're like, oh, this meta is just people summoning stuff and popping all my stuff out the way, then you release Sunset to fix the problem that they themselves created, right? That seems like the way that Konami would operate, because they sort of did that with Shady. They released a whole bunch of stuff that's really, really good because Shady didn't exist. Those decks got to be really, really strong. And then they dropped Shady and a lot of those decks fell off. Like Light Galaxy's barely seeing play anymore, right? Sunset is too much. But again, we're going to get it eventually. The question isn't, are we going to get it? It's when are we going to get it? It's how many copies is it going to be when we do get it? Is it going to be a bundle? Is it going to be a selection box card? Are they going to give it to us at 3 copies? Is it going to come out next month? Is it going to come out next year? Right? Because we know we're getting it. The question just becomes when. But, regardless of all that, I don't know how good Dark Magician is going to be. Because again, we don't really have any good way to deal with big things. Like, your opponent slaps down like a 3,500 guy, which is going to be... maybe 3,500 is not like a good example, because that's going to be a level 8. If your opponent slaps down, I don't know, what's like a 3,500 level 9? I mean, maybe there just aren't a lot. Maybe it'd be fine then. Maybe in the current metagame, this would be fine. Because, like, even if your opponent was to slap down, for example, this guy, he's only got 3,000 attack. So, I mean, you could beat this with Dark Magician summoned with a secret order, right? That's not that bad. You can't pop this with Warlock, sure, but you could still just walk over it, right? So that's not the end of the world. So maybe it will just depend on what the meta is like. But Dark Magician, I feel like, is missing something. Again, you should be able to get Warlock online a decent amount of the time. I don't want to say it's going to be online like every turn, but you should be able to get it online a decent amount of the time. Pop a guy out the way. If your opponent's going like full aggro, they got like 3 monsters on the field that they're all face up. This deck's probably going to do like okay into that, but then you're still not going to boost your attack up to a ridiculous amount. So let's say your opponent's playing Gradius, for example. They slap down 3 25s. Right, you go Warlock, you go, I don't know, Dark Magician go. You pop with Warlock on one of them. Now, you have to like crash into the other two. Let's be generous and say we summon Dark Magician off a secret order. We walk over another one, Warlock has to crash, and then we only get in for like 2,000 plus the 700 damage, which is like 27, and we're ending on 2 monsters. It's not fantastic. So, I don't know exactly where we're going to go with this, but... not gonna lie, the card speed is cool, but I think the card rush is getting is boring. I would rather gotten an interesting legend than 2 we already got. Exactly. Serena is absolutely 100% correct. It is really sucky that we are getting these 2 cards. Let's be honest. It's cool, right? Because it's like, oh, I like Dark Magician. I like Dark Magician Girl. I like getting these cards in Overrush Rare. That's neat. But, like, in my mind, if we were going to get this, also give us something else, right? Just give us another free card that's just a new card. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird for saying that I would like that, but that I personally would love to see that. Fate of the World Trap. Could be. All right. I am going to be right back, like, 30 seconds. So I'm going to go on the BRB screen, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Hello, welcome. This is the second campaign Rush reprint this year. We already got Red Eyes earlier. Yes! Which is a bit of a shame. We'll probably get a Blue Eyes one eventually, which is not ideal. But as Serena said, I think Crimson Dragon is... I mean, I don't know. Crimson Dragon is a weird card. Personally, I don't really have any kind of, like, emotional attachment to Crimson Dragon. Like, for me, it's like the characters I like, their cards, right? Like, I like Stardust Dragon. I like Red Dragon Archfiend. I like Black Rose Dragon. I like Blackwing Dragon, right? I like all of the main characters' bosses. I don't really give a shit about Crimson Dragon that much. So for me, like, from a spectacle standpoint, I don't really care about this card. Now, mechanically, how this card works, I mean, could be really good. Could be really good. I don't know. Like I say, I never played while this card was seeing play, so I don't know how good this is. But moving on from all of that, I would like to again talk about this. So this announcement came through on May 4th and May 5th of last year. Now, you might have noticed, guys, it is May 5th now. So if we were going to get an announcement like this, we would have gotten it by now if we were following the same timeline, right? But one other thing to take note of is this released May 9th, right? Whereas we are expecting our product to come out on... Where's the date? It says it somewhere. Up here. May 11th. So if we were to just follow the exact same timeline, it would be 2 days later. So since that was the 4th to the 5th, that means we would get it the 6th to the 7th, right? So theoretically, tomorrow, we might get something along this line, right? Where like they tweet something, maybe they show us the pack, maybe they show us some of the cards in it, or they might just hold off. We don't really know. But yeah, we got, I think, a handful of tweets. Like if we go back and check out the tweets, we got like this before. A new version of X is available. That's exciting. But we got this originally, and we got this, which told us like some of the cards we were getting. It told us like the name of the box, etc., etc. It gave us like the release date, all of that jazz. But we might be able to get this soon, over the next couple of days, if they want to do the same thing again. And then obviously they did this. They gave us the Road to Worlds campaign, and they got to tell us all the stuff we were getting, and they told us, you know, they gave us all of this stuff. Now, originally, they did show this off in a live stream. But as far as I'm aware, we don't have a live stream scheduled to give us this information. So I assume we're just not getting, like, the OCG live stream thing that we got last year, which is a bit of a shame, because I think people like, you know, watching those and getting the information like that, but it is what it is. Execute your riding, Pog. Yeah, I mean, Execute your riding was cool, right? The other thing they're doing, which they're following from last year, is they're doing the whole, like, part 1, part 2, right? So there's going to be, like, a gap between the two, and then they'll give us all the speed stuff. And that is something I did want to talk about, which is, what do we think we're getting on the speed side of things? Hello, Tomato. It's very sad that Speed and Rush qualifiers are on the same dates. I don't know what I'm supposed to play. But the Rush one is half as long, right? If I remember... Let me have a look. Does it say in here? So part 1 is... Oh no, that's just the releases. They both start on June 1st, right? We can go in game and have a look. If I do this. So campaign day. Here we go. WCS 2026 qualifiers will begin on the 1st of June. A special campaign is underway. Celebration of the tournament. Am I misremembering this? Or last year, was the Rush one not a lot shorter than the Speed one? Right? Rush Stage 2 usually starts first, then Speed a week later. Yes, I believe Speed... Like, I believe they both start at the same time. But in Rush, you have a week to get to... like, the end. And in Speed, you have 2 weeks. So, like, whilst the Rush second stage is going on, the Speed first stage is still happening. If I remember correctly. Is it stage 2 different dates? Or am I mistaken? Synchro Statue, since Crimson is given for free. Which one's Synchro Statue? Or Synchro Stature. Let's have a look. Is that one of the spell cards we looked at? Oh, you're talking about Structure. Structure. Right. I'm on the same page. Yeah, I mean, based on everything we know, we should be getting alt styles for some of the 5D's characters, right? We know that we're getting Crimson Dragon. So it's all pointing at, in the same way that last year we got a Utopia card, and then we got a Utopia box, or a Utopia deck, it's looking like we'll probably get some sort of 5Ds, right? So this was the product we got last time. This is when the announcement came through. Which, again, this came out on May 13th. Which was 4 days before the event was supposed to start. So, if we, again, were to follow that trend, the second stage, or the second part of the campaign, begins on the 21st. Which means if we were following the dates again, it would be on the 17th that we would get the structure deck announced. The information is further down for dates. Yeah, we've already seen it all though at this point. But assuming we get a 5D structure deck, which is looking very, very likely, what kind of deck would it be? Like just a Crimson Dragon structure, or do you think they'd make like a Yusei structure? Because I genuinely do not know. I don't know what kind of like new support cards they could give us outside of the Crimson Dragon stuff we've already looked at. Obviously, this was the deck that we got, the structure deck EX Hope of the Universe. Now, I don't know how many of these cards were brand new when this came out, but obviously this deck did a ton, right? Like, I remember just seeing Utopia in tournaments for months after this came out. But it would be interesting to see what comes out. Because the other thing they then did was they announced this. So this came out May 14th, which again was 3 days before. So that again, that would be May 17th this year. And it gave us a pretty big box, right? In terms of the quality of the cards we got on it. So we got what? We got some Speedroid stuff. We got some more stuff to support the Utopia cards. The Evil Twin stuff didn't really do much. Shadow Fusion was obviously really big. I mean, how impactful was this box? Obviously, the Shadow stuff was really important. I'm trying to think if the rest of this actually did anything. Like, obviously, Albion and Albion ended up being good. But, like, a lot of the rest of this was kind of rogue, wasn't it? There should be a main box for Speed Duel. Give me my Crow structure deck. It would be cool to get a Crow structure deck. My guess would be the new Assault Mode stuff, though that's not that related to Crimson Dragon. Yeah, I think it's more likely we'll get something related to Crimson Dragon, so just like a bunch of Cyanide Dragon stuff. Yeah, for a May box, this actually doesn't scream out to me as being particularly great. I don't remember the Live Twin stuff being super relevant. The Nouvelle stuff was very, like, people liked it, but again, it wasn't, like, super relevant. It was basically just, like, I think people wanted Ascended Sage. I think Chaos Chimera was, like, a really degenerate card for a while. Obviously, Crystal Clearwing was good. And then just, like, the Shadow stuff, right? And that's it. The one before was better. No boas for Exorcist to trust. It's just... For Rush, the last two May boxes we've had have been absolute bangers. This box for Speed, kinda mid. Like, again, it's important. Like, Shadow was arguably the most impactful deck at Worlds. So, like, it's still an important box. But it didn't exactly, like, completely change the meta in a huge way, right? Vector stuff with just Striker's spells. Bullshit was fun. Well, as long as you had a good time, I suppose. But then not long after this, we also got this. So the Anniversary box, which came out May 17th. So these all came out on the same day then. So this came out exactly at the same time. So maybe this was the difference because they got this as well. This kind of stole some of the hype. What was even in this? A weird Art of Utopia. Engage. Alt Art. Again, I don't know what, like, the new cards in here were, which makes it very difficult to, like, judge this. Obviously, we got some sharks. But, you know, I guess this kind of was a little bit extra. I like drawing cards. I mean, everyone likes drawing cards, Spaz. I think that's quite universal. But then the other question becomes... What else are we going to get in the box? So, assuming we get an Anniversary, which we could, we're not guaranteed to, but we could get an Anniversary box as well. So, they could throw us a bunch of stuff on top of a main box, and a structure. If we're expecting the structure to be synchro themed, I think we should expect there to at least be a bit of synchro support in the main box. We already have it heavily hinted that we're going to be getting Sprite, right? I think most people are kind of in agreement that Sprite seems quite likely to come out here. Obviously, Sprite has nothing to do with 5Ds and nothing to do with synchro monsters. So, true gamers use that Art of Utopia. It just looks weird. Yeah, it's just the old art cards are the new cards in the anniversary box. Oh, so this was just a bunch of reprints then. This was all just reprints. Okay, I mean, that's interesting, I suppose. Obviously, that means this is more of a like catch-up box, or if you really want the old arts, you go in for that. But do you think that could be it? Do you think the main box could just be like Synchro Slop and Sprite, and then everything else could be really mid? Because like, what came out around Sprite, right? We had, what, Tia? We had... I want to say it was a little bit after that we got the Ishizu cards. We got... What is the archetype that those cards are from? Like Unicorn and... and Ogre and all of that lot. What's that archetype called? I always forget. Sacred Resonance reprint maybe for Anniversary? I mean, they could do. But again, if it's reprints, it's not super exciting, right? Let's be honest. But obviously, they don't have to release things that were released at the same time as stuff that was released in TCG. But I'm like, trying to get like the power level down, right? Kashtira, thank you, Apple. Thank you. Kashtira, yes. They could... I mean, imagine for one moment. They release a box with Sprite, Cash, Tier, Ishizu cards. Would that not be like the most powerful box of all time? And then they gave skills to all of those decks. Like, that would be kind of crazy, right? Now, I don't think they're going to do that. I think that would be a little bit too much. But just the idea that we're going to get Sprite at all, it always just feels really strange to me. Because in my mind, Sprite didn't release that long ago. But I think Sprite actually came out like 6 years ago at this point, or something like that. So, like, maybe it's not actually that close. It just feels close. But yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the new stuff that we got. I hope the Dark Magician stuff is good. I'm not feeling confident. And I have no idea where Crimson Dragon's going, but I'm curious to see where it does end up going. But for now, let's go take a look at our Rush OCG support. So, new card. Beacon of the Dark Titan. So, trap card. When your opponent sets a monster, or monsters, from their hand, or face-up monsters, or a face-up monster on your opponent's field are changed to face-down, choose one face-down monster on your opponent's field and look at it. If there is a face-up monster on your field with an attack equal to or greater than that monster's original attack, you could destroy that monster you are looking at. So this is, this is like, kind of, I don't know. I think this is kind of mid. In the sense, most decks probably wouldn't play this generically. I think you're probably getting... You'd probably play this in decks that can actively flip your opponent's monsters face down. Wait, why are we getting Sprite? It's just one of those... There's been a lot of hinting that we're going to get Sprite. There's been like a lot of level 2 support recently coming out. So like, it's kind of a bit of a tinfoil hat theory. But a lot of people are kind of in agreement that Sprite makes sense to come out. So, I don't know. It might just not come out. It might just not. But that's what people are saying at the moment. That is the commonly understood theory. So next up, we have a new legend. Magma Dragon. Which is a weird card. So when this card is special summoned, we could target a worm-type monster in your graveyard except Magma Dragon, and special summon it in defense, but its effects are negated. I'm trying to work out when you would use this. Like, you could summon this off of, like, Legend Strike, I guess. And again, they might change this wording. It might be like when this card is normal or special summoned, right? They might change it. Who knows? But hi, Tomato. Just came from lecture. Do you think there's a great chance of Rhinax fusions to come, like Power and Assault, because Buster Rhinax got leaked? My gut feeling, Matea, is going to be that we're not going to get those cards soon. The reason being, because we didn't get a new skill. I think if they were going to do a big push for the Light Galaxy stuff, they would be more likely to release a skill alongside it. Now, they don't have to. They absolutely could just keep using the current skill. But it would feel strange to me if they did that. So my gut feeling is we're not going to be getting any Light Galaxy. But we'll have to wait and see. Because we should find out in the next couple of days, right? Database changes mean nothing. Exactly. Well, again, I do want to say... I would say... Alright, the chance that any card comes out is like a 50-50, right? It's like either the card's going to come out or it's not going to come out, right? It's there, right? 50% is my baseline. If it's changed in the database, now it's like a 55% chance to come out, right? Now, the percentage chance has gone up. Not by a much. Not by a lot. Not by much. We just combine the two there. But you understand the point, right? It's like, it's fun to speculate and it's fun to look at it. And I think the chances that something does come out is now slightly increased. But like when it's actually in like the real leaks, when it's not just a database modification, that's when I'm like, okay, this is a 95% chance to come out, right? That's the way I kind of look at it. I see no reason for Light Galaxy to get new stuff at this time. I mean, up until this announcement, or I guess up until we saw the skills, right? It would make sense to give us Light Galaxy stuff because we were predicting a Light Galaxy structure deck. Because that makes sense based on the precedent that has been set in all the previous years. So I would say there is a reason for Light Galaxy to get new stuff. But it doesn't look like we are getting any. Worm's now getting a zombie push this year in OCG. Nice. 2 new archetypes, multiple generic Worm support cards. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about this. Because this just feels like, if anything, it's just support for the new worm archetype. They're like the little girl worms. Personally, I've always been a big fan of like the construction worker worms. I like them. I don't see this working super well in that deck. Like, I mean, can you even summon this of any of their effects? I don't think you can. Wonder what staples we'll get in the next set. I mean, we might not get any staples. We'll have to wait and see, right? It could be really interesting, though. Like, we could get a load, we could get nothing. It's hard to gauge. Because I don't think we got any staples in the last one, right? In this set. Like, I guess Riding was our staple. And Riding never really stuck. Again, Riding saw a decent amount of play in OCG, but it saw play because you could summon floodgates during your opponent's turn. So, like, it's not quite the same, right? It was never really going to have the same staying power. So, moving on. We're getting Overrush Rare Vanilla Harpy Lady. I mean, this is a nice looking card, right? Like this card just looks like a nice card. That being said, I personally don't really give a shit about getting a level 4 normal monster Overrush. I don't know, that's just not exciting to me. Like, for me, I'd rather get, like, an awesome, epic boss monster. Like, you could have done... I don't know, I guess a lot of their bosses are already Overrush, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, at what point are we going to have an entire Harpy Lady Overrush deck? Like, it would be so weird. I predicted it. Well, give yourself a pat on the back, Corey. I mean, again, it's a nice looking card. I'm happy it's coming out. I do think it's a little bit underwhelming. Then we get another hero card. It's hero time with Rising Hero Argent F. So, level 9, Warrior Fusion Effect Monster, 2700 attack, 2000 defense, made using O, and a level 8 or lower Warrior Monster. Must be special summoned with Rising License or the effect of a trap card. During your main phase that this card was fusion summoned, choose one card on your opponent's field and shuffle it into the owner's deck. Then this card gains 500 attack to the end of this turn. So, this effect is really good. You just choose any card on the opponent's field, shuffle it away. So unless your opponent has very specific protection, this is almost always going to work. And then this card gains 500 attack, which puts it up to 32, which is an okay stat. Now, is this card like absolutely bonkers? Realistically, not really. We do still have to get out a level 8 or summon it off of Rising License. I can't remember what Rising License is off the top of my head. F, it ain't spelling hero. Yep, we already knew it wasn't spelling hero, I think, at one point, right? I'd have to go back and look at all of the old ones. I suppose we can just do that, right? We have the technology. So here's some of the old Rising Hero cards. Alright, this is License. So this card is treated as Rising Equip in your graveyard. Fusion summon one monster with the name Rising Unit or Rising Hero Argent written as material saying light monsters from your hand or field. Okay, so you just have to get a level 8 warrior in your hand. Do we have a level 8 warrior yet in this archetype? So I know they got... I have to look for it now. Take a look at these. Nope, not you. I know they got, like, a guy, and they got, like, their fusion monster as well at some point. I don't remember, like, where they are. We'll just quickly, like, cycle through some of these, see if we can find them. Was it in here? Nope. Where are they? They're tucked away somewhere. That's not really important. Either way, I don't think this suddenly makes the Rising Hero stuff, like, look good. It's just this individually is a good card, right? Tantalum? No, not Tantalum. Tantalum's ass, bro. We do not want to play Tantalum. They said one anime deck, one imported deck, get reprint full ORR, which we already got Galactica Oblivion, and they only imported theme in the pack as Harpy, so my guess is they will do both normal monsters or like feature Duster. I like Egotist. I'm overall sad they decided to do mostly reprints for TCG imports for that new rarity. I mean, it makes sense though, right? It's to try and, I think, attract people that are playing TCG. So let me get Rising Hero lore. I mean, I guess we'll just read this stuff because it might be interesting. Clad in power suits, the Rising Heroes crack down on atrocious interstellar crimes by making full use of weapons and vehicle mecha equipped with rising units. But one particular young man enlisted, defending the innocent and daring to stand up to evil. He ultimately managed to bring down a criminal organization. This is the story of Argent, during his time as a rookie, who later became the captain of the Rising Heroes. So, like, this whole archetype is, like, telling his story, I guess? Which is neat, I suppose? Hello, Isla. Welcome on in. Sorry, I am late. You do not have to apologize, okay? You are not, like, contractually obligated to be here. But welcome on in. Hello. Let's have a look at this. So this is the Moonforce stuff. Lunar Moonforce Dralia. The Friends Made of Souls, Moonforce. What was... What is and what shall be, past, present, and future. Supposedly somewhere on the far side of the moon exists the eternal land Spectrica. Their countless Moonforce live happily together with their friends. The Moonforce that lives there are animals that originally lived on Earth. It seems each of them came to play... their carrying. So I think this is meant to be like a haiku or something. Because this just carries on. Something deeply important to each of them that carries the memories of the time they spent with humans, such as earrings, ribbons, and their favorite towels, and even hammocks. Dralia is an entity that watches over and protects this land, who leads these animals to Spectrica. In the past, when they were just a whelp on Earth, they were raised by humans with tons of love and affection, and they still deeply cherish the cloth that still smells of their partner. The spell card Memory of Sunlit depicts one such warm afternoon that Dralia remembers. As a whelp, her favourite thing to do was crawl into their parents' sleeves. The inside of that sleeve was probably one of the closest and most secure place to them. Time has passed even on those days. Before they knew it, Dralia had grown little by little, just like their partner. And one day, they let their partner climb on their back, and they'd fly up to a secret high ground where they could soak in the view together. The tender memories of the precious, so precious, the time over twilight. When humans think of Spectrica, sometimes their memories and prayers become motes of light that travel to the country. Dralia feels it. And the thoughts that flow into them turn into magical energy that radiates as the great feathers emerging from their wings. that gently and warmly illuminate the moon. The moon force, who are guided there by Dralia, are somewhere on the far side of the moon having fun even now, until the day when they can meet you again. Okay. Interesting. There was a lot more there than the Argent stuff. I'm not going to lie, I was more emotionally invested in the Argent story. These are some long effects. Exactly. And then we're also getting, like, lore for this guy? Apparently? Like, what even is all this? As the first event exclusive monster of the Galaxy Cup, it is said to have appeared before the king who ascended to the top. The fierce golden dragon reminiscent of the sun and magician. So these are the other ones, right? These are the ones we already have. And then we have this new one, right? So when one reaches the summit and grasps the glory inside the light, his banner of victory shines brightly, recording and ensuring that person's honor for all eternity. I mean, we're getting a bit high and mighty for a 2500 vanilla. I don't know about this, guys. Is that vanilla flavor text? Yes. Lore for all the prize cards ever in Rush OCG. It's an archetype that yaps as much as Tomato. That is impossible. I'm not sure that they could keep up with me. So, I guess we'll move over to here quickly. I did want to briefly touch on the meta. So, we've had an update after yesterday's tournament. Red Eyes Meteor is sort of running away with it. Now, Gradius is hot on its heels, to be fair. It is catching up. But right now, Red Eyes does look to be the dominant deck. I am hesitant to call this a two-deck meta, though. I still think all of these are still fine. We got, obviously, High Tech, we got Royal Rebel, we have Chemicalized, we have Hero, and then you start to, like... I guess the gap between Hero, Aqua, Baseball, Music Princess, and D-Link Gradius is not that much. And also, I guess if you combine D-Link Gradius with Gradius, it then, again, catches up a bit more, right? It goes 28 to 30. But it's definitely looking like Red Eyes and Gradius are the strongest decks at the moment. And if we take a look again at the league results, which shows us our head-to-head, the most interesting result here individually, in my opinion, is Red Eyes going 8-1 against Hero. Is kind of nuts. It's actually just kind of crazy. And if we take a look over here, we could see the decks that perform the best. If we cut out the decks that were barely played, right? Like Chaos Galaxy and Metarion, no one really cares about them. The best performing decks were Red Eyes and Pyro Fusion. So Pyro Fusion, a deck that people have been saying is kind of meme. A lot of people have been putting the deck down. In a competitive environment, has actually been performing to a decent level. What has been underperforming? Heroes, all the way down here. Underperforming deck. Seven's Road, not too surprising. Gradius has been underperforming. Which is kind of crazy as well. Like, why has Gradius been underperforming? Like, you wouldn't expect it to. Gradius is down here. And then Royal Rebels as well. Royal Rebels also underperforming. Which is kind of interesting. I'm curious as to why exactly this is. But what this has told me is... best performing deck that isn't, like, meme. Red Eyes. And that's in the league. And in tournaments, the best performing deck is Red Eyes. So I don't know about you guys. I feel like Red Eyes is the strongest deck right now. How many Gradius games were there? So Gradius is, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom. Just because looking like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 9 games of Gradius. Is that how to register this? Yeah. Gradius played 9 times. They won 4. They lost 5. So that is a decent sample size. That's not like these, like, 2 games. Right? I suppose by that logic, then, we also have to count Metarion. Metarion is a weird one. I still don't know what really happened in those Metarion games. Like, part of me is like, bros, how did you get bullied by Metarion? And then part of me is like, I mean, maybe Metarion's actually a real deck. Because, I mean, if you look at this, they got, like, what? A win against Hero, a win against Red Eyes. They went even with Pyro. They lost to Seven's Road, of all decks. And then they beat Gradius 2-1. So, like, they beat real decks. They lost to meme. Which is really funny. Sack won 3 and I won once. Yes, that would be all of your wins and everyone else just lost on it. Matari did get to 20 at GRF. I mean, yes. But there's a bit of a difference, right? Like, GRF is obviously a really strange format of how it works. Because you could queue at different times. It's like, even though you got that high, were you always beating meta decks or were you not? Like here, it's really interesting that it beat like decks that are performing well and then lost to a meme, which is really funny to me. Type change beam versus Gradius, I guess. I mean, it makes sense, but they still only won 2 games. They still lost a game to it, right? Watch the VOD before, and a number of the Metarian games were won due to opponents bricking for what it's worth. Okay, I mean, that's fair as well. Hello, by the way, Voltalon. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because as much as it's fun to look at this and be like, oh, all of this is 100% factual data, right? And the same with tournament results, right? This is only like the cover of the book, right? If you want all of the depth of like what actually went into the games, you have to like dissect every individual game, which, let's be honest, no one's really going to do. So again, it does not tell the whole story. It just gives you a very surface level depiction of how things went down. But it is still interesting to look at the data nonetheless, at least in my opinion. I think it's very fun. I think it's fun to speculate. It's fun to look at like things that have been performing well, things that haven't. Always devaluing Metarion, the wins were deserved. I mean, a win is a win is a win at the end of the day. But it is still good to know why it won. Right, we'll let the ads tick away. Bum ba da ba da ba dum bum bum ba da bum. Was that game streamed? As far as, I mean, we can get the data up at the very least. If I go here, and if I go war results, I can fetch it and put it on screen. Here we go. Alright. So, this was the war in question. We'll make this a bit smaller. So, the VOD starts, I believe, here. Which means the VOD does not contain the Celestial Guidance games. I have saved that recording from sacking Sack with Gradius. Nice, nice. I was told Gradius is meta. What world is this Gradius of all things is meta? I mean, Gradius is like, it's here. It's this big red bit. Or this big red bit. Shui. But hello, Shui. We'll give Shui the old shout out. There you go, Shui. Welcome on in. They're just pretty good. People realize that modern OCG deck is good in Duel Links when you don't handicap yourself with a bad, useless skill. I am still an old skill apologist. That skill is still good. Now, is it better than the Avarice skill? No. Is it a bit worse, but still very good? I would say yeah. That deck was still winning tournaments. It would enter events, be the only one person playing it. So it would be either like Giorfio, or it would be like Solomon, and then they would just win the tournament, being the only Gradius player there. So like, that deck was never bad. It's never been like a bad deck. It's just now it's even better because it turns out if you have a skill that gives you a +2, that's a lot better than having nothing, right? Bruh, I want to see Yamirula. Well, I mean, if we take a look at the results again. So Galaxy Stars is an interesting team. Obviously, Nova King's here and Neo Yasef. I don't know who any of these players are. And Nova King was playing Metarion, and obviously got 2 losses and a win. And which means they also used a repeat on Metarion. Then they played High-Tech Dragons, which again, Metarion I think is still a bit weird. High-Tech Dragons is normal. Then Hero, which is normal. Then this guy, like Alado, played Yami Princess Celestial Guidance. And then Chaos Galaxy, which I still stand by. I still don't think this is Chaos Galaxy. I still think this is Dark Galaxy. But I'd have to go and check the VOD. Whistling Bird, I believe, already said that he's looked at the VOD and he's saying it's Chaos Galaxy, so I'm going to trust him. But this is the absolute wrong skill to play if you're playing Chaos, I'm just saying. But yeah, this is weird because also Chaos Galaxy win. It's like, bro, what are we doing? They brought in like just an interesting character who just went on a winning spree with like weird ass decks that just no one has. Yeah, it is the wrong skill, but in all fairness. I've heard Alado and Neo Yesef. I don't know anyone else. I don't think I've heard of Alado before. But again, just because I haven't heard of them doesn't mean they're not like a well-known person. Doesn't mean they're not like a good player. It just means I've never heard of them. Right? The other Chaos Galaxy was heavily. Oh, what's the? I didn't realize there was another Chaos Galaxy. Who is the other Chaos Galaxy? Let me have a quick peek. Red Eyes. Not in that game. Not in that game. Not in that game. Where is this other Chaos Galaxy? I don't see another one. Other as in old school. Oh, right. The other is an old school Chaos Galaxy. The difference is though, you played the Light Galaxy skill because the Light Galaxy skill gave a plus. And you didn't play the Dark Galaxy skill because the Dark Galaxy skill did not give a plus. Right, that was the logic. How did Chaos Galaxy go on a win streak? Did the opponents just brick? I mean, we have the replay, so we can maybe watch some of them. Like, I mean, we're not going to do it right now on stream, but they're there if people want to. But it beat what? It beat Red Eyes, it beat Hero, it beat Royal Rebels twice. Which is kind of wild. But then, I don't know what happened here, but then Zene got a DQ, and then played Neos, which is also really funny. Like, I don't know, like, he just didn't submit his deck fast enough, or he was late to the game or something, but he got a DQ. And then bro just brings Neos as the other deck. Which I like that. I respect that. And then Light Galaxy 7s. Neo's just playing, like, last year's meta. I mean, I guess I'll briefly give this a shout out, since Baj is here, and I like praising Baj. But this was... What happened there? Nope, that's just not working. Okay. There we go. This was Baj. Baj, by the way, if anyone doesn't know, other name is Roman. So this was Baj going on an absolute tear. We don't get to praise Baj very often, because Braz just plays, you know, Sky Strikers all day on ladder and doesn't get to show off. But Baj went on a really good tear here. Got a win, loss. So got a 5-2. Absolutely donking. Fantastic. Oh, what? I heard I was called. We were just talking about your performance. Playing for the Royal Roman Fangirls. Baj, my goat. He's not washed. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And then Neo obviously did really well as well. So really happy with how the team's performing right now. Managed to do really well. And hopefully we can keep that up every single week. If it is Alado, he also played Chaos Galaxy in Deck Forge Survival Cup, 6 main deck lights, and 4 extra deck lights. I see. Yeah, that is Alado. Alado is the person that was playing it. Okay, well, with all of that done, I suppose the last thing to do is to give a shout out to the Rush tournament that's happening today. So I'll go ahead and chuck this in the chat in case anyone hasn't really signed up to it. But this is the Rush Duel Dynasty 40. A single elimination. And look, Tomato's playing. Look, Ursus is playing. Look, everyone's favorite streamer Hikari's playing. Look, a human's even there. Everyone is here, guys. You should all sign up. And we could all play. And it'll be a good time. We should only have 7 people signed up at the moment, but more will come. More will come. I will play, and I am so tempted to bring Cyberse. So you're saying you don't want to win, Whistling Bird? Oh my god, is that a human? I know, it's crazy. I wonder if he'll bring back Royal Rebels and try and win with them again, because no one's done that in a while, and it's making me sad. But, with all of that done, that is us done with the Yap. We have successfully concluded Yap. So what I wanted to do now is I want to play character deck duels. But I've never played some of these decks before. So what I want to do is I want to play Utopia. But I have to learn Utopia, because I have no idea how the hell this deck works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button here, that just says how to use this deck. And I'm going to read this, and I'm going to try and play this deck using the information that Konami has felt is adequate to teach me how to play this deck. That is going to be the plan. Hello, Hunter. Welcome, welcome. Pyro will win this time. Trust me. I mean, hopefully. Maybe Pyro versus Royal Rebels in the finals. Neither of them is me, and I'll watch you try and play that awful matchup. Fund my XQE pools, and I will join. No. Where are Rush Duels? One of these days. One of these days. Character decks. Hello, Henry. Welcome, welcome. Character duels as Konami intended. All right, so let's have a look. Ace Monster, number 39 Utopia. This number is the crystallization of the bond with Yuma and Astra. I don't know if that helps me play this deck. It has an effect that can negate a monster's attack and pairs especially well with double or nothing. Basic strategy. Use the effect of Onomatopoeia, which is set on your field by the skill Double Trigger, to add 2 monsters from among Utopic Onomatopoeia, Zubababancho Gagaga Coat, Dododo Dwarf Go Glove, and Gagaga Sister to your hand. Okay. Take advantage of special summoning effects like those of Utopic Onomatopoeia, Zubababancho Gagaga Coat, and get to 2 monsters with the same level in your field than Xyz summon. Summon the right Xyz monster for the right situation to gain the upper hand. So let's take a look at these cards. So this was the broken card like 2 years ago, right? This is when this card was really good. So this card is always treated as Zubaba, Gagaga, Go, and Dododo. During the main phase, you could special summon up to 1 each Zubaba, Gagaga, Go, and Dododo monster from your hand in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Xyz monsters. Okay, so this just like swarms the board. Next up, Zubababancho Gagaga Coat. If you control a Zubaba or Gagaga monster, except Zubababancho Gagaga Coat, while this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card. You can target 1 Gogo or Dododo monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck this turn except Xyz. Then we have Dododo Dwarf Go Glove. During the main phase, you could special summon a Zubaba or Gagaga monster from your hand. If you control a Go or Dododo monster except Dododo Dwarf Go Glove, while this card is in your graveyard, you could special summon this card, but banish it, release the field. So all of these cards are just vomiting level 4s on the board. That's all I'm seeing here, right? All of these cards do the same thing. Spam the board with 4s. And then Gagaga Sister is a 2. When this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 Gagaga spell trap from your deck to your hand. You can target 1 other Gagaga monster you control. The levels of that monster and this card become their combined current levels until the end of this turn. Okay. Right. So, what do we want to use our normal summon on? Are we summoning Gagaga Sister as our normal, or are we summoning Onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia gets you more guys on the board, but I guess there's a way to cheat this out, right? So this is a Gagaga. So if we control a Gagaga while this card's in the hand, we can special summon it. Then we can summon a Go or Dododo on our graveyard, which this counts as all of them. So if we can get this in the graveyard, we can bring it back with this. And this one is, if we control a Gagaga, which we will, special summon this card with banish is the field. Okay. Okay. We're slowly learning. We're slowly learning. Woo Utopia. Until recently, I had to learn all of the Xyz. I could not Xyz at all, not just Utopia. I mean, it's not too bad to learn Xyz, right? The actual mechanic itself. I will help you feel the deck and to high-five the sky on stream. Well, we might. I mean, we've been watching Zexal as our Wednesday watch-along. So it's like, what is he called? Kato Bing? Is it Kato Bing? Is that the thing? Like, we'll Kato Bing. Feels okay, man. Piano time. Hello, Globe. Welcome. Go Gagaga Sister. Don't call Whoop. Goo Goo Gaga Archetype when. They could just add Goo Goo as one of these, right? They don't even need to make a whole new archetype. Hear me out. Onomatoplay can be reverted. I can be trusted. Way too dang. I don't know what that means. Alright, if you go first, you want to Xyz summon Utopia to help you weather your opponent's attacks. If you have Hollowed Life Barrier in your hand, setting it will give you even more peace of mind, but remember that you need a card in your hand to activate the cost. If you go second, an extremely powerful strategy is to summon Gagaga Sister, add Gagaga Bolt to your hand. Use it right away to destroy a card in your opponent's field. Next, special summon another level 4 Gargaga monster. Use the second effect of Sister to make both monsters level 6. XC summon... I always forget how to pronounce this. Ptolemy? The T's just silent, right? It's just Ptolemy. So, by using its effect to return an opponent's monster to their hand, you can remove a total of 2 cards. Okay, so we can use the effect the turn it's summoned, as long as we don't use a Constellar to make it, right? And Gargaga Bolt is if you control a Gargaga monster, type 1 card to destroy it. The double or nothing card, which is set by the skill, double trigger, can be activated when a monster attack is negated and lets that monster attack again with double attack. The easy combo of this card, using its effect to negate its own attack. When you see an opening, unleash a single 5,000 attack damage. Key cards. Okay. This card allows you to special summon up to one of each Zubaba, Gargaga, Go-Go-Go, and Dodo monster from your hand, making it an excellent starting point for XC summons. Since it treats itself as Zubaba, Gargaga, Go-Go-Go, Dodo, it meets the activation conditions for effects like those of Gargaga Bolt, Dodo Draw, and Dodo Dwarf Go-Go-Go Glove, making it the true centerpiece of the deck. With this card's first effect, which activates when it's normal summoned, you can decide which card to obtain depending on the situation. If you want to remove an annoying card in your opponent's field, go Gargaga Bolt. If you want to reuse a Gargaga monster, go with Gargaga Revenge. However, keep in mind that you cannot activate its effect. Its first effect is special summoned by the effect of Onomatopoeia or Gargaga Revenge. In this deck, its second effect is indispensable for XC summoning rank 6 monsters. I don't even know what Force Focus is. That's the camera, right? Okay, since this card's effect allows you to special summon Zubaba and Gargaga monsters from your hand, it can special summon every monster in the deck except Dodo Go 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 when combined with Utopic Onomatopoeia. You can also fill the field with a total of 4 monsters. The second effect is especially worthwhile after you used this card as the cost for Onomatopoeia, Dodo Draw. You need Utopic Onomatopoeia on your field, but try to seize the opportunity when you can. And then this is just get rid of a guy. Okay. I think we understand sort of how the deck works now, okay? Tomato, be honest with me. I have 2041 gems. How epic am I for the next release? I'm not gonna lie, human. You might be in a bit of struggle street for a while there. It's not a lot of gems. If you have a bunch of unleveled up characters, though, and time, you can absolutely get what you need. Absolutely. Yumi's skill is probably one of the strongest with Onomatopoeia and the other, but again, without Onomatopoeia, the deck would be too relying on RNG to draw the right cards. All right, we're going to hop in. We're going to jump in, we're going to play. We are going to make mistakes. We are going to fuck this up, okay? It's going to be fine. Making mistakes is A-okay. We are going to lose to Dark Magician in our very first game. I've also heard this deck sucks going first. Okay, I mean, that's not going first. It's close. You probably need around 15 to 20k gems. You know, just 15 to 20k. You are fine. Alright, what do we have in this hand? We have Hallowed Life Barrier. I hate this card. We have Gargaga Revenge and equip spell. Target a Gargaga monster in your graveyard. Special summon. Oh, it's just that easy, guys. It's just that easy. Right, what does this card do? When this card leaves the field, destroy the equipped monster. Oh, actually, it's your gain 300 attack. Okay. So it's just, it's premature burial, is the way to think of it, I guess. Alright. Well, immediately, we take some wins. That's absolutely fantastic. So we'll just go again. I mean, what we really need... I'm stream sniping you? Oh, boy. I mean, you'll probably absolutely bully me, but that is fine. We're here to learn. I should probably turn on the sound effects as well, because currently they're just off. So we'll do that in a sec. Sound effects. We'll turn the VFX on, even though I don't think they're going to be on anyway. Actually, why don't we have... We'll turn on the character lines, since it's just character duels. Just go away, Viper. I'm trying to turn on character lines. That is so quiet. Can you guys even hear that? Let's see who's going to win. Okay, so the skill should immediately vomit some cards onto the board. There's one. There's two. now the question becomes, what is the next part of the plan? Send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Add up to 2 of these cards from your deck to your hand. Okay, so I will activate Onomatopoeia. I'll send Onomatopoeia. Then I'll add Gagaga Girl. And Do 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 Go Go Go. Okay. So far, so good. The problem is, I think if I summon Gagaga Sister, he's just going to hit it. And then I will have to, I guess, bring back from the graveyard is fine. Okay, I think we just go for this then. We'll go Gagaga Sister now. Activate the effect of Gagaga Sister. Matchmaking has a bias, or at least that's what people think. It tends to pair you with decks in the same character rank. I noticed it can also pair you with decks that are +1/+2 ranks. What are character ranks in this? Right, we'll add Bolt. Alright, now I guess I just Gagaga Bolt one of his back row. We're just going to snipe the right one. That one. We want Overflow, right? I'm pretty sure Overflow is the name of the trap. Go, 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 the do-do-do. I'm trying to force his trap card. Okay, there's an Overflow. Now, was that his only trap? Is the next question. No, he's thinking about using his other back row. So he had 2, which is a little bit sketch. Oh. Oh no, you get to activate this when it's destroyed. Graveyard. Add a cyber spell trap from deck to your hand. Okay, so he might not have a live other back row. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. So the amount of cards you can swap in the deck, maximum is +5. Oh! So what are the amount of cards you can swap? Or is it like, are you saying that because I haven't edited my deck at all, I can only, or the matchmaking will skew me to play against people that have also not edited their decks? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to understand. I believe that is what you're saying. But I could be wrong. Add Cyberload to hand. Okay. Okay. Next part of the plan. I will activate the effect of Zubababancho Gagagagoat. Okay, so this is a live back row, whatever the heck it is. Activate the effect. I'll summon Onomatopoeia. Sure, why not attack mode? Then I'll activate Gagaga Sister. I guess I'll target this. Then, I mean, I could go for this one, right? This one only gets monster effects. That's pointless. So I just go for this, right? We go 1, we go 2. I Xyz summon a monster! Constellar Ptolemy M7! Okay, Fiendish Chain's gonna come down. I mean, that's sort of fine? Question mark? That might be fine. I mean, we'll find out in a sec. Yes, unedited decks, or at best a +2 rank. I see, I see. Hello, Tomato. Are you playing with your sister? No, I am not. I also do not have a sister, so thankfully, that statement would mean nothing to me. So I can detach if I want to, just to put cards in the graveyard to bring back. So that is an option we have. But for now, I can use this effect to summon some cards out in defense. So I can activate Onomatopoeia. Sure. We'll summon this out as well. Why not? Then, I mean, what are you're summoned from the graveyard, right? So I mean, can't I just, like, win this turn? What do you do? Attach 2 extras to the card. Attack becomes double its original attack to the end of your opponent's next turn. That's just a 4,000 guy. That's from material from this card. Which control makes second attack during each battle phase. When another monster you control is targeted for attack with this card. Well, I can just make both of these, right? And then just kill him. That seems like the fun play. Let's go for it. We'll do... Wait, no, does that count? Gaga monster you control. You're not Gaga, are you? No, you're not. So I have to make you, and then I can't do the double attack thing. Okay, I guess we will just make Utopia by using this and this. I should have done that a little bit differently, but that's fine. Send this, and then we'll target. It doesn't matter what we target, because it's not going to resolve. We use Revenge to summon this. What does this do? This card gets 5 attack at the end of this turn. If it does, one monster your opponent controls loses 1,000 attack at the end of this turn. You must have 1,000 life points or less. So that's not going to do anything. You aren't going to be able to make anything attack twice. Do I just make this or this? I don't think it matters. I think we'll just make that, right? We use this and this. Again, we're losing up all our time because we're reading a lot, but we should be okay, right? Activate the effect. Attach. Set. Go to battle. We swing. Then I think I can negate this, right? And then use this. Oh. Why didn't it double it? I haven't read double or nothing. Oh, it doubles it during the damage step. Right, okay. Okay. I kind of get how the cards work now. My question now is, what is the best way to use the samurai guy? What is the samurai guy? Because he only makes Gagagas attack twice, right? But none of the extra deck is Gagagas? Right. But hello, Noel. Welcome. I've been playing for a while with the unedited Sidra, and I hardly met edited decks. I mean, that's good then. Stare, Ptolemy is a very nice tool in the deck. Just being able to, even like when it's negated, being able to detach made it really good. I think a big reason we won there was because we got the Gagaga Bolt on the right back row. Because if he had got like a double pop off of Overflow, that would have been really annoying. Cowboy is a garbage. I mean, Cowboy's just Cowboy for game, right? That's all it's there for. Make it self-attack twice. Ah, right, because it's a Gagaga. So this just represents 3,800 damage then. Because there's no way to boost it, I think, outside of Gagaga Revenge, right? I don't think there's any other way to boost its attack up. You don't bother with him? I activate my spell card, double or nothing. There's 2 Gagaga extra decks. What's the other Gagaga? Oh, Cowboy. We don't... it's Cowboy, mate. It's Cowboy. Garbage? No. I said it's a Gagaga card. Yeah, garbage. That's what you said, right? You can use Cowboy attack, Samurai give Cowboy 2 attacks. Cowboy is 15. Oh, if it attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 1,000 attack. I'm not going to lie. I have never read the first part of like the attack position effect of this card. Because it's just never been relevant. Boost it via double or nothing. But you... is there any attack? When any player's monsters declares an attack, and then double or nothing... I need to read double or nothing. I've played with double or nothing before, but when a monster attack is negated, target that monster during this battle phase. It can attack once again if it does double its attack during damage step. Okay. So that means I could use that on literally anything, which is kind of crazy. Does that mean if I make samurai or cowboy able to attack twice, I negate the first attack? How does that work? Are they going to get 2 more attacks or 1 more attack? I'm guessing only 1 more attack. But I don't know. Either way, we'll hop into another game. Ptolemy and Spider to clear the board, then double or nothing 5k direct attack to get 1800 extra dual score. I mean, I'm not too worried about the dual score because like getting 30 orbs a day is like so free anyway, right? Like I've been getting 30 a day just playing the shark deck, and that deck is ass. Or at least I don't know if it's like one of the better ones. Double trigger. All right, so we're gonna get to see what he does going first. We're gonna get to. Or not, or we won't. We will just take our orbs and leave. I suppose. Well, I've only got 4 more orbs to get for the day. Best humor end board. I know Duan was telling me that the best way to get your 40 orbs for the day is to queue up with this, and if you go first, just scoop. Dark Magical Circle adds navigation. He did it. He did the combo. Tomato get to optimally learn by the opponent surrendering. That's just how we do. Right. Gets the rod. What are we going to grab off rod? Another nav? Is there a reason to grab 2 nav? I mean, I guess. You get something from the graveyard with it. Yo, is that sister? Alright, I think we have to do this first. So that we're not in open game state and he can't just hit my stuff. I guess we always send this. I already have the sister, so I need this. I don't need any of this, right? I have everything. So I guess I'll grab... here? Oh, can I just summon multiple of these in a turn? You can only use each effect once per turn. No, I can't. I could use this to summon it, though. A Zubabar or Gargagar monster from your hand. So if I can grab a Zubabar or a Gargagar, which it feels like Zubabar is probably the best one to grab. DM got a buff, now they can play 2 Illusion Magicians, and they added Effect Veiler at limit 1 in the card pool. I mean, yeah, if I get Veiler, I don't think there's much I can really do about that, but... Alright. We'll normal summon Sister. This seems to be the play, just all the time. We add Bolt. Oh. I have Dodo... Maybe I shouldn't have grabbed Bolt there. I thought this was Revenge. Okay, this might go very badly for us then, because I think I just lose. Maybe I don't. Because I can still do that. I think either way we have to do this first. Because what I see is, I go to hit this. Then he flips over Navigation and Response. Gets rid of both of these. What? Why? I mean, he's probably got double nav down, right? Which means there's no real reason to use Bolt. I mean, I guess we'll just play then. We'll use the effect of Zubababancho. Use the effect. Let me chain navigation. Oh, right, yes, because... it would be on a new chain, and there's nothing there anymore. I remember how this game works. Alright, sister effect will target you. We'll go 1, we'll go 2. Summon out Ptolemy. Okay, so if I use this, target one of his back row, it could force it. It also might just do nothing. I think we probably do this anyway. Oh, only works on monsters. Oh, that's good to know. In which case I'd put Rod back. But that's probably kind of a waste, because he's now just going to use those and summon out 3 Dark Magicians, right? I mean, it's good to know either way. I guess we'll do this now. We'll summon both of these out. So I want this in the graveyard, ideally. None of these do a ton for me, right? That's just monsters? Monster your opponent controls. This just lets me attack twice, which is like fine, because we're going to probably want to attack over a lot of his guys anyway. The issue is we'd have to buff its attack with that, which is fine. Okay, we'll do this plus this. Summon this out. Activate his effects. Send this. Target itself. Oh, can I not use this effect? If you control go 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 or do do do, and you're not go 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 or do do do, and you're all ga ga gas. Okay, so I can't do any of that, which is a little bit sad. Okay, well then I've messed this up quite badly, but that's fine. We'll go to battle phase. We'll swing it with this. Then we'll swing with this, and he'll activate navigation. Okay, so what was the correct play then? The correct play is easy, isn't it? We just use Zubaba instead of Pia. Then we still have a guy, we can summon that. And then we're good to go. Okay. So we know the mistake we made. If we didn't make the mistake, we would have had a Utopia here. This could have cleared both of these because we go attack, negate, double or nothing. And then we get him for 25 and win. Okay. Okay, we're learning. We're learning. I haven't seen anyone using Effect Failure yet. Yeah, I haven't seen it either. Yep, on resolution, it's no longer on the field. You could have added Dwarf to hand with Ptolemy and draw 2. Yes. Although Dwarf in hand doesn't do anything for me, right? Well, I guess I send it back to graveyard with Dodo. Okay. Okay. But to be fair, my initial thought was that I could use Ptolemy to hit back row, so I messed that up. But I know I would... Maybe I wouldn't have won, because if his other back row is the other navigation, all I do is clear most of his board. I don't actually win the game in there. It would have been too broken. Wait, am I alive? No, I'm not alive. Okay. So this swings there. And then I take 100 over lethal. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I know what I did wrong. I don't know if I think I would have been in an okay spot to win if I didn't make the mistake. Well, it's not really a mistake, right? Because I didn't know what the card did exactly. So it's like I needed to read the card. But now I've learned a little bit more. And that's all we can ask for. All we can ask for is that we just get a little bit better. Let's see what happens against Kaiba. So Kaiba makes the oh, we're going first. Oh boy. I mean, this is a going first hand, I suppose. We get 1. We get 2. So we always activate this. We always send this. We always grab you. Do we grab Sister here? We probably do, right? Even if we can't make, like, a crazy board. But the issue is we don't actually have a discard right now. If I grab Sister, I can grab the draw spell. What does Sister add specifically? A Gaga spell. And that is not a Gaga spell. So you can grab Gaga Bolt that does nothing here. Or Gaga Revenge. That is like okay if I want to try and extend. But I don't think that's actually going to do anything. Right now, I can get three bodies on the board. So it might actually be better to instead grab, like, this guy. Okay, let's see where this goes. We'll summon Onomatopoeia. I will activate his effect. We'll summon out both of these, I guess. Then I can make... Oh, it's a level 6. The camera thing's a level 6. I thought it was a level 4. Okay. That's fine. We'll make Utopia. And we'll summon his best friend, Utopia. This is like the worst end board of all time. But it's the end board I've got. Behold. To be fair, this is basically what the guide taught me, right? Sir, that's not a level. Alright. He gets Polly to his hand. Straight to battle. Okay. I think everything's fine, guys. I have a sneaking suspicion everything is gonna be okay. Go get him, champ. I think I'm okay with not using those. Go get him, champ. Alright, so what was the correct play? It would have been, instead of grabbing the extra 4, we just grab Gagaga Sister. Use Sister, make the camera. And then I go, what? Camera plus Utopia plus Trap is like the best end board I can make? I assume. I still get 3 orbs for that. Okay, I'm at 40 now, so I can't get any more orbs. I am done with orbs. I will go ahead and trade these. Give me those. And then I guess we'll start getting these. Give me 3 of those. Okay, and with that done, there's no reason to keep playing on this account. So, what I'm going to do is close this account. I'm going to boot up my speed account, and we'll play a couple of games on there. I think that's going to be the play. I don't know, I quite like character duels. Like, they're not... I think character duels are really, really cool. It's just because the card pool is so small. and the number of decks you're going to play against is so small. I feel like if you're the kind of person that plays a lot and you just like spam them, you're going to get real bored real quickly. That's kind of how I feel. I don't know what you guys' experience with. I imagine a lot of you are now at the point where you're like, character duels is what I do to get some gems and my whatever other rewards you want. And then you call it a day after that. Rather than something you play like as your main format or, you know, for actual fun. We don't even have Shark on this account. That's pretty funny. Alright, let's go, Yug. You and me. Oh, we have to turn on our game effects again. Our sounds. Let me press the button. Sound effects. There we go. He sets Magician Navigation and adds the Dark Magician to his hand. Summon Rod. I assume Rod grabs Circle, activates Circle. Okay. Adds Nav. So he's already got the Circle? Okay. Here's Circle. There's also no surprise factor what your opponent can play since the card pool is really small. I think that makes it very easy to learn though, right? And that's one of the like selling points, I suppose. Like if you're trying to get someone into Duel Links, throwing them in at the deep end and being like, here's Therian, go. Might be a bit overwhelming. Double trigger. Okay, we always pair a first. This one can be summoned from the graveyard, so I think we'll probably send it. What does this one discard? A Dododo. Which means it would have to be him. So I can send this one to the graveyard instead. Either way, it's annoying. Because I have to summon this one, but then this one from the graveyard. I could just get rid of this. Who even cares about Hallowed Life Barrier? We're just going to win this turn, right, guys? So I need Girl. And you. Okay, so you're going to be treated as the right card for that, so that's fine. Alright, we will summon Sister. Sister effect. Give me Bolt. Activate Bolt now. Pop Circle. Okay, so here's the ability to summon out 2 more guys, which is fine. Now I go Dododo draw. Now you switch on summons from the graveyard. Yes. Okay. So I want to send you to the graveyard. We'll activate MST now. So we'll force that out. Is there a reason we're not doing that? Okay, we'll summon this. Okay. You should have researched Revenge in case he banishes Sister. But he couldn't banish... I guess he would have to do it on the resolution, right? Does Revenge summon from the grave is the next question. So I'll walk you through my logic. And then we'll see where it went wrong, right? So we summoned out Sister. And we grabbed Bolt. Because Bolt deals with the immediate issue. He could have activated Navigation, summoned out Dark Magician, then immediately banished Sister, and potentially... I can't remember how exactly Circle works, but I think he could also have gotten rid of my Double or Nothing. In that case, I have Revenge, which targets a Gargagar in my graveyard and special summons it. So we would activate Draw. Draw sends here. Oh, because if we didn't have Sister on the board anymore, we couldn't have summoned Zubababancho. So the only way to extend would have been use Dododo Draw, send Onomatopoeia to the graveyard, activate Revenge, bring back Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia's effect can then summon out 2 cards from hand, or I could use Gargagakote to summon from hand, and then we can keep playing the game. Because if Sister got hit, I just had no play. Okay, that's good to know. That is good to know. But hello, Dewan. Welcome, welcome. It's easy, but it can get quite boring. I think, though, does it not get boring because it's repetitive more than anything else? I think, like, when you first play the mode, I think it's really fun. Hello, Sakadetsu. Welcome, welcome. Did you know Gargagar Girl have another effect? Also, hello. I assume that's a line from the show. Because we're currently doing the Zexa watch-along every Wednesday. And we're only, I want to say we're like 18 episodes deep now. Also in this matchup, I would use Dododo Draw before normal summon. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Because again, I could also tailor what Sister searches based on the draw. I mean, this hand looks awkward, but fine. So we are Shooting Star face down. If a Stardust monster is on the field, target 1 card on the field and destroy that target. Okay. So if I MST that, if he's got a Stardust Dragon on the board, either he sends the Stardust to protect the back row, and the back row now doesn't do anything, or he just lets it go, and then he just has a Stardust. Hope you all have a great day. I hope you have a great day, Sakadetsu. Correct, yeah, and you can draw MST before committing. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I didn't know MST was in this deck until I just drew it. As in, like, in the last game when I drew it. Because again, I have only... Our thing today, I don't know if you were here earlier, Dwan. We were trying to play this deck, having never played Onomats before, by using the in-game guide that it gives you to tell you how you play the deck. So we were just going off that entirely. Okay. Synchro Shokan. Stardust Dragon. Alright. 3 cards in hand. I don't know what cards are in Yusei's deck. It's the deck I play against the least. Activating Tuning now. Okay. Add Junk. Have we normal summoned already? Yeah, we normal summon Junk. So unless the skill gives us another normal. Right. Double trigger. We get 1, 2. I think we always activate this first, because otherwise he could pop it. We always keep MST. We can even keep that. So I just send Draw, right? This is fine. Doesn't matter when I activate that. Okay, so we normal summon this. Once we've gotten rid of that. The effect can get us Revenge, I guess. So I want this. And this? I mean, does Onomatopoeia actually do anything? Not really. Well, I think I just grabbed these 2. Okay, so he can decide if he wants to pop that. We'll go MST now. Target the back row. So he either flips it over now and pops this, which he's going to do. Summon Stardust Pass is the greatest end board. Real. Alright, we'll go... Sister. I should have used Draw first. We've already made the mistake, but that's fine. We'll just grab Revenge, because I mean, we're always going to grab Revenge, right? Realistically. I don't think that's too much of a shot. So now I guess I'll just activate Gargaga Bolt, because I can. Be gone! We'll go Dododo Draw. We send Dododo Dwarf. We summon this out, I guess. I can activate this effect to bring back a card from the graveyard. And then I could bring it back again, potentially. I mean, isn't this just like Giga Lethal no matter what, right? I can bring this back. I can use this. Oh, I have to target this one. Like one other. Oh, it has to be a Ga. Right. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, that's just a 27. That's a 28, I guess, which is like slightly bigger. I could also use that to put something back in my hand. That doesn't do anything for me. Do I actually not have a lethal line here? Like, I think I had a lethal line. I threw it. Because I didn't read my cards, which seems to be a common problem I have. No, we're fine. I forgot we could just do this. I guess we'll make a guy, because I can. I don't know. We'll make this just in case. Summon out Samurai. Activate Samurai. Send... I mean, I kind of have to get rid of both, which I can't do. I could activate that to bring it back as well, but we'll just go battle. We should be fine, right? Okay. Alright, I almost messed that up. Now I have learnt that Gargaga Sister can only change the levels of other Gargaga monsters. That's quite important. That is quite important line of text right there. Wouldn't you use MST on draw phase? If I used MS... Oh. Yeah, I guess. I didn't even think of that. If I'm being honest. I was like, I have to wait an MST after I've used Onomatopera, but if I can do it before... I guess it depends when they get added. When does the skill put them on the board? Start of your main phase. Okay, so draw phase or standby phase, I can just use the MST. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Board focus. In case of Sphere. I tried to summon at least 3 monsters. With any 2 of them can deal lethal. I could have done that if instead of sending the glove, I sent Para. That would have been fine. Oh, no, but that still doesn't work, though, because... No, it still does. Yeah, no matter what, that would have been lethal. Okay. Okay. Okay, we did it, guys. We did it. We did it. We did it. We're getting better. Green Hill 1. It's always the Green Hill zone. Right, let's see what the next opponent's got for us. Yuma and Astral. Are we going first or second? Right, first. So I believe we are at a disadvantage here. But we'll see what we can do. I have no idea if this is a good hand or not. I'm pretty sure we don't need double sister either way. Although I don't need this in my hand. I can just put this in the bin, right? So... It comes down to what are we going to end on. Oh, we can do this. We'll grab this. And this. Normal sister. Sister effect. We can use that effect to summon itself. When can we summon itself? We have a Gargaga, so we can summon it right now. So that's fine. But I don't need that. I guess we'll grab Bolt then. Then... Wait, am I dumb? Why can't I summon it from the graveyard? Go or Do. Except... Okay, I don't have a Go or a Do right now. That's a little bit awkward. That's fine. We'll cope and bring this back with him. We'll activate Sister. Target this. We'll go Camera. Then we can activate this. Summon you out. I could use the effect just to summon him. Does that, like, do anything? Is just having more bodies just good? I mean, sure. Out you come. And we'll go 1, 2. Summon up this to defense. I think this is probably, like, the best I could do with this. I mean, let me know if there was something better I could have done. You just summon 4 monsters and pray? Ooh, yeah, 4 monsters probably would have been better than having this on the board, wouldn't it? The extra Utopia. In my mind, I was like, Utopia's pretty good, but maybe it isn't actually particularly useful here. Opponent can just brick with no Gagaga? I mean, does that ever actually happen? Oh, there's no way the standard emoji catalog has no train emoji. I know, it's crazy! How was there no train? What do you have for me, Yuma? No steam train. We'll have to make do. What was it? Bullet train side. Bullet train front and bullet train side. Are they not the exact same, like, view of a train? Ad break. I've just read this card for the first time, guys. This only works on level 5 or higher effect monsters. Which means it is completely useless in this matchup. To be fair, they OTK even through for monsters with the right hand, but you should have put them on better habit. Yeah, I've also realised that Force Focus was completely useless in this matchup. I thought this was just negate a monster. No, this is negate a level 5 or higher effect monster. Which I don't think my opponent is ever going to have. Like, I could do it here, if I still had it, but that doesn't actually accomplish anything. So, I mean, he goes, what? Ptolemy, bounce, attack, GG. Make M7 versus Onomat and grab follow-up. What does grabbing M7 do against Onomat? On turn 1. Is it a quick effect? No. I'm confused. Why would I want to make this on turn 1? Just defeated Xyz Kyber with Trickstar. Nice. I guess you can add back sister. Oh, yeah. Detach sister, add back sister, then you have a sister for next turn, I guess. Yeah, that works. I guess it means be awkward though, because that means you just don't have the Ptolemy for next turn. No, but you don't want to end on sister and attack. Couldn't I then just not summon sister? Like, could you not summon out Onomatopoeia instead? Or is that bad? Synchron trigger. Guys, I'm starting to think that Yuma and Astral might just be busted. I have never played character duels, and my opponents just scoop to me instantly. That doesn't happen when I play Shark. Because I basically only play Shark in this mode. But apparently, when you play Yuma and Astral, everyone just gives up. How do you make 4 monsters? I haven't thought that far ahead, if I'm being completely honest. Ooh, that's a hand. That is certainly a hand. That is one of the hands of all time. Yeah, Yuma is the best deck right now. Yeah, I know that Yuma is known as the best, but I didn't think people would just scoop. Why only Shark? I just kind of picked one. I started playing Dark Magician, and I didn't like that very much. And then I tried playing Zane, and I didn't like that very much. And then I just started playing Shark, and it was doing alright. So I was like, yeah, we'll just play Shark. But I knew that Yuma was, like, the best character, so I wanted to save it. I wanted to, like, you know, play some of the other decks first. Yo! It's Wandering King Wildwind. What card could I mean, I kind of have to draw thingy, right? Red Rising, kind of annoying. Which one is this? So summon it during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. Balance card for your graveyard, type 2 resistance. Does this matter during my turn? Rezo. I mean, we'll have to wait and see what he ends on, right? Because I don't really know what he's going to end on here. We'll find out in a second. You can survive 2 turns hoping for a decent top deck. I mean, does my skill even do anything without a Gargagar in hand? Yeah, so I need to draw a Gargagar one way or another. Otherwise, we're really not doing anything. Archfiend Bane. Okay, I mean, Bane is not the end of the world. Oh, Gargaga Bolt is a skill target? Ooh, okay. I assumed it would be monster. Well, there's a Gargaga anyway, so we've got everything. Bang, bang, bang. Pull my double trigger. Alright, we're just gonna shotgun this, I guess. We'll send this. I need you. At the moment, we have no way to discard, so you're kind of useless. So I think I have to take Glove here. Then we have to summon Sister, grab. I think this is going to be awkward either way. Why no rush? Hello, Kim friend. We're playing some character deck duels. It's not quite speed, but it's close. Summon Sister. Sister! Add Revenge. I have no idea what these back row are, but I assume we're going to bring this back from the graveyard somehow. I mean, I guess I just start clicking buttons, right? Let's see what these back row are. Bolto. Okay, we got rid of Double Fiendish. That's pretty good. The fact that there's still a delay, though, tells me he probably has Veiler, right? Oh, there's no delay anymore. Okay. I mean, that's something. I mean, what might I mean, I have to use this effect. We target this. We go 1. We go 2. Activate the effect. Detach this. Get rid of this. We revenge for this. I think this is the best I came up with. I don't know. Maybe there was a better play there. This is what I came up with. And then we pass. He's got 1 card in hand. Maybe we're fine. OTK 5k Utopia? How do I make Utopia from here? I didn't see a way to make it. Try to do a 5... I'm not too worried about getting more respect orbs. Because, like, all you need to do is win 10 games, right? And you get 30 minimum anyway. Okay. Take 12. We get the draw. Sure, we'll activate your effect. We'll get rid of this. Then we will just smack, because we don't need to get fancy. Summon Cowboy Perfect. We could, but I don't see a reason to spin plates, mate. I really don't. Was there a way to summon Utopia in that last turn that also gets rid of his 3000 attack guy? I don't think there was there? And even if we did get... Even if there was a way to summon out a second guy, which I don't think we did, we could have gone Utopia and it still wouldn't be lethal. I guess it would be. We'd have to have done the bounce plus Utopia, though. There's no way to find lethal without Ptolemy. I don't think so. I don't know. I might have played that wrong, but I would need one of you guys to tell me what I did wrong there. Double trigger. Okay, so in this matchup, it's actually quite good to do the other line, right? How do I want to start this? I could just start with this. Let's do-do-do draw. I'll send Pia to the grave, draw 2. Another do-do-do draw. Okay. We'll go Para, send this. We always grab you. And then I guess we grab Sister for next turn? Normal Sister. Sister effect, I'm going to grab Revenge here, because why not? Special coat. Activate. When can I do this? No, it's just whenever I have this. Okay, so that should be fine. We'll summon this out. Activate Sister. Target coat. We go 1, we go 2. We'll summon this in defense. We can use Glove. Summon itself. Is there even a reason to make Utopia? I mean, maybe there is. Okay. Using that effect doesn't help me. So I think we just pass on this. This doesn't seem bad. But, like, we'll see what he does. He might just absolutely clap me here. Okay. Well, if he goes into alternate, we're pretty much fine. Okay. So we just wait until he uses the effect, right? There's no reason to do this now. Yeah, we have to wait until he uses the effect. We'll use this. Target this. Bad alternative. Bad. Camera good. Then he's going to poly. So now he gets, like, a double attacker?
He combines the 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons in his hand to create the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon.
2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Uh-oh. This negates the attack, so does that count as not being attacked? I guess we'll find out. If I use this, my guy will get destroyed. It's like, it's not the end of the world. Because either way, I'm losing 2 guys, right? So why not? That's why I stopped the banish part of the effect. But now if this is attacked, he just pops himself. He's going to end phase? Can you not attack with this now? This guy cannot attack the turn this effect is activated. Does that stick, even though the effect was negated? That's funny. Okay. What's the next part of the plan? I mean, I guess we summon Sister. See where that goes. Okay, he's going to use Hallowed Life Barrier, which is, like, annoying, but, like, kind of fine. We add Bolt. So now we just want to rip his board apart, right? That's basically the entire strategy here. So we can Gaga Bolt to get rid of this, because this is... Destroy battle... So if I just drop Bolt... I don't even really want to hit that, do I? I think I'd rather hit... Regular Blue Eyes? Okay, negate that one. That's not an issue. Oh, I can't use Sister because I don't have one of the... Ooh, that's awkward. I didn't think of that. My entire strategy was based around being able to use Sister here, and I can't do that. So, let's go do draw. Immaculate. Immaculate stuff. Summon this. Activate C-Star. We go 1, we go 2. To attack mode, haha! And we'll just pass. Alright. Let's see what he's got. Hey, United. You should have popped the ult, but that's fine. He can't come back. I've got the force focus, which is the reason I didn't, but I guess it doesn't really make a difference, right? I guess him they could have done that anyway, so... But now he can't attack with it again. If he drew another Hollowed Life Barrier, that's going to be so annoying. So we can't use that right now, but I can summon this. I'm going to drop the bolt. I'm just going to pop the monster here. Of course! Of course! Oh, this is so annoying. I mean, what can he do with one card, right? Surely. Surely he can't do anything here. Surely he can't. Surely there is no one draw off the top that does this. Hello, Cyclone. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Tomato. It feels good to be early. Hello, United. I mean, you're not super early. We're probably going to finish the stream up soon, but hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So this is giving up, it looks like. Do 900. Then the end phase. Change this to attack. Go to battle. Give him a little kiss with a camera. Give him a bigger kiss. Or I suppose it's a littler kiss. With Ptolemy. Actual hollow light for BM. No. Well, we didn't have any materials left. We were all out, so. I think this is a really cool format. But again, I think it's one of those things where after playing this deck, probably for like, I don't know, another 20 games, I'll probably start to get really bored of it. But I suppose at that point, I would then move on to a different deck, and I could play 20 games of that, and then get bored of that, and then eventually I'd get bored of all of them. So... I guess it will come down to... I think this game mode's longevity will come down to how quickly they update it, right? Like, we've obviously just had an update, but it wasn't like a huge update. Like, I think people are hoping for, like, new characters. Maybe new errors. Like, do you guys want to see Arc 5 in this? Would Arc 5 be something that would interest you guys? Or are you guys like, no, please don't put Arc 5 in. I don't want to play against pendulums. Because on the flip side, you could just put in, like, a whole bunch of other characters from their respective shows. Like Chaz, probably quite good to add. Who could you put in from DM? My gut says, like, Marek, but I don't want to play against Marek. Maybe Pegasus would be a good one to throw in. I ain't bored at all. This format helped me from climbing rank. Still got gems. I mean, that's good then. That's always good. I mean, the thing is, I think the mode is good anyway. I've been playing the mode, even though I haven't been, like, engaging with it super deep. So, like, that's all fine and dandy. It's more along the lines of, I think the mode is good for the game, because no matter what, I'm going to get the resources I want. It's a lot simpler. It's a lot easier. I actually think playing this, in a lot of ways, like, when you understand what your deck does, this is going to be quicker and easier than playing Rush or Ladder, if I want to just, like, fire through ranked rewards really quickly. Mystical Space Typhoon, go! That one. We're doing the badge tech. We're going to use Stardust to protect? Okay. What is this, then, that he's doing that? That has piqued my interest. I probably should have done this the other way around, but this is fine. I want you. I want you. We'll draw. We'll send this. Oh, that is like the funniest draws we could have gotten. Okay, he's got something. Veiler here would actually be really annoying. Like, we're fine, but, like, it would still be annoying. Did we just add Bolt? Right now, we can summon, bring that back, go into something, summon that. Let's grab Bolt. See if we regret this. The issue is I don't know what else, what other back row he's on. Okay, it's Book of Moon. Why would you not book that? That's kind of weird. Okay, summon out Goat. Activate Coat's effect. Bring back Onomatopoeia. Activate Sister. Target Coat. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll go Force Focus. Summon this. I think we just go for Utopia, right? Just in case he's got something to stop us. So now if he has Sphere Karibo, he can't stop both. Okay. I don't know if it matters which one I detach. Kaboom! Excellent. You should always act onomatopoeia, because you never know opponent MST toggle on. So that's basically what we've been doing, right? The difference is that in there we did the Baj tech, which was using it in the draw phase before we summoned our card. So if he had something to respond with, he couldn't do it, right? Now, like I said before, Yusei has 3 spheres, so you should summon more than 3 to play around them. Yes. Because if we went into Cowboy or Samurai there, that would have been awkward, because it wouldn't have really done a lot. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I feel like we've learnt this deck to an Ote degree at this point. Like, we haven't mastered it by any stretch, but, like, we're getting there, right? And that's the important thing. That's the important thing. Double trigger. Okay. Onomatopoeia. We get all the stuff we want. So this is Shark. Which means we probably just want to, like, slap as many just guys on the board as we can. I guess we always activate this. If I want to get 4 guys on the board, how can I manage that? It's not going to be easy no matter what. I want you for next turn. Grab this. Okay, we'll go Onomatopoeia. Activate the effect. Summon this. And this. We'll go this, into this. Activate you, bring you back. I could use the effect to get Sister out, but I don't really want to. Oh, I should have used Draw, actually. That would have made more sense. Right now, there's not really a reason to. I could go into Sis just to get more bodies on the board, but again, I'd have 0 follow-up. That's the issue. I could use that, do that, activate that, do that, use that, bring it back. This would still be... Why would I want to make M7 here? Like, what's the benefit of M7? Again, it means I just wouldn't have it for his turn. I will just pass on this. This is probably, like, okay. Isn't the draw phase stuff common knowledge? It's more like, in specific matchups, you need to know it. In other ones, you don't need to, right? Like, how many matchups do you have where you have cards that cheat themselves onto the board in the main phase? Like, at the start of the main phase. Like, usually that's not a thing, right? How many M7s do you run? I mean, this is completely unedited. So this is just vanilla. So it's just 1. What is Nightmare Shark? Attack your opponent directly. Is that it? Ah, there we go. We're going to use the current. Well, I mean, the only way doing anything there would have mattered would be if we had double Utopia or if we opened our trap card. So I don't think we actually ended up doing anything particularly wrong there. I mean, maybe that the lesson there is summon 2 Utopias if you can, turn 1 against Shark. But hello, PTRG. Welcome, welcome. We're trying to feel the flow. We're trying to Kato Bing. We're trying to high five the sky because we've been enjoying. I guess we'll toggle this on just in case we draw MST. Because we've been enjoying Zexal, and we'll be continuing on with Zexal tomorrow. Discards quick draw, summons quick draw. Hog. Bilbo. What 7s are in this deck? His archers are 6, right? Nitro Warrior. Okay. I'll just take my free cards. Thank you very much. We shotgun Para. We'll send this. I want this. I mean, is there any reason to take this? I guess I can summon it from hand. Okay, I'll take this. Alright, we'll summon out Sea-Star. Sister Effect. If I'm playing like out of an abundance of caution, I should take Revenge in case he does anything to this before I summon. I will take Revenge. We'll play a bit safer just in case. Right, we'll bolt here. I'm gonna hit this one. He's gonna MST that, which is fine. So that means now all of his back row is pointless. The other one was a Book of Moon. Okay. So now we'll summon Gaga Goat. We'll go ahead and activate. We'll summon this out. Activate Sister, target. We go 1, we go 2, we summon this out. Activate your effect. We detach. We get rid of you. Activate your effect. Summon you. Activate your effect. Summon you. We go 1, we go 2. Summon out this. We'll go Revenge. Bring back Gaga Coat. I don't know. This. We'll go 1, we'll go 2. Summon out the Mighty Samurai. Activate Samurai. Set a back row. Swing. Hiya. We did it. Excalibur. I mean, we could have made Excalibur. That would have been funny. Why didn't they shotgun Book of Moon? It was very strange. I'm wondering if they got confused and thought I was targeting the other one. But who honestly knows? Who honestly knows? All right. I think that's probably going to do it for today, you know? That was a good little sesh. We got to talk about all of the reveals. Like the 2 cards. And I suppose the 3rd card, because it was 1 speed card as well. We did our speculation, which was quite fun. You know me, I love to yap. I love to speculate. I love to do thinking exercises, as it were. And then we got to play some of this, which was also really, really cool. So hopefully, over the next couple of days, if it's anything like last year, we will be getting more information about the Rush products that are going to be coming out on the 11th. 11th does seem to be the date, only 6 days away. So probably in the next couple of days, we should start getting some announcements if it's anything like last year. But should we raid? Should we raid? I mean, we could raid Hal. Hal is currently playing Star Wars. We could go and raid him. Because I personally, I love Hal. Hal's a great guy. He has been stepping away from Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit. But he's still having a great time. Living his best life. But anyone that's interested, tomorrow at, I don't know, from like 4 hours on from now, so like 28 hours away, we'll be doing the Zexal Watch Along Continued. After that, on Thursday, we'll be doing more Duel Links. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye!